what's up, you guys? Dave and Ryan here, and welcome back to our paranormal quest.
For decades, we've stepped into the unknown, drawn to places that most people avoid. And over the years, we've experienced things, moments that stayed with us.
What the?
Things that we'll never forget. But not every story gets told. Moments not captured on camera, the details in between, and the moments that truly scared us. So settle in, because this is where our story continues.
First of all, I'll be getting my black ass up out of there. The scariest part about that video is the chancla. If you are African American, Spanish, any POC out there, you know a chancla is dangerous, especially in the hands of an abuela. Oh my gosh.
When we're filming the show, people make fun of me. They're like, Dave's not afraid of a demon, but a spider comes at him, he's dead. And absolutely, like, don't be starting no rumors in the comment section. Me and Viva are dating.
You know, listen, Dave. You ever want some coffee in your creamer?
The spirits approach, their mournful wails echoing through the night.
I would love to buy a house and move in and find like a secret chamber in the basement.
That would be cool.
What is it that most terrifies you when you close your eyes at night?
I don't think I've ever pulled a U-turn that fast though. Like all of that sketchiness out in the middle of nowhere didn't faze me, and then all of a sudden we get there and she's like, for all three of you in parking will be $450, and I'm like, hello everyone, and welcome to the Coffee and Scream podcast, where we talk about all the things that make you scream with extra cream.
Now tell me how that don't sound. Tell me that does not sound like some craziness right there.
Unless you don't take cream in your coffee, in which case, with no cream.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first ever Coffee and Scream, live from the Paranormal Quest YouTube channel.
Hey!
Woo!
How is everyone doing tonight? Dave, Viva, how are you?
You first.
I'm doing all right. I'm happy to be here. Excited that we're back live on the air, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, woo!
Yeah, woo!
Oh, I missed the applause. I totally missed that.
I know. Things have been crazy, but we will get into that here in just a little bit. Viva, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Just continuing to try to be spooky, of course. Getting into the world of starting my own business and everything is always terrifying, but so far so good.
Awesome.
Yes, and Dave, how are things with you? Just brief. We can talk more in depth about our lives and what we've been doing here because we have something really special for you guys coming up at the beginning of this live stream. This isn't an investigationless live stream. We're going to have investigating, and actually, we're going to have an investigation from one of the most haunted cities in America. But stay tuned. That's coming up here in just a minute. But Dave, how are you?
I mean, are we getting into it or are we not getting into it? Are we waiting?
Just briefly, we can just, if you just want to talk briefly about how you are, and we can go into detail later on for those watching can hang around and find out in detail how we are later.
I am pretty piss poor. Not gonna lie about it. I've been in really bad shape in a really bad place. That I will talk to you guys more about here in a little bit. But yes, not good. Not good.
It must be in the air this week because, as you all can see, we are not live, or we don't have a brand new episode premiering right now. There was an episode that was going to be premiering, but at the beginning of this week, I had a meltdown, a mental meltdown. The members and the patrons got a little inside look into, or a little inside explanation into the members and Patreon only video yesterday, and I kind of explained a little bit of it. But the good news is I had my first therapy session yesterday. And so I'm working through it, and everything is going to be hopefully hunky-dory here in the near future. So, but we're just pressing on. There is Connor of Paranormal Encounters. Hello, Connor. And hello to everyone that's watching. Barb and Arelis and Bianca and Sabrina. And I apologize. There's so many of you in here that it's going so quickly. We'll get to interact more here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, we have someone else that we need to bring in here because someone else is going to be partaking in this Coffee and Scream live. And go ahead, Dave, 1 second.
Yeah, I was going to say, before you do that, I just wanted to remind everybody that is coming into the live stream right now to go ahead and hit the like button that's at the bottom of this video player. Go ahead and copy and paste the link for this video with all of your friends and all of your paranormal lovers and all of that. Let's get as many people in here for this live stream as we normally have for premiere. So let's get like 1,800 people in here watching. So make sure to share it out, share it out, share it out. It helps us more than you know. And huge thank you to Erica Lynn for the super chat there. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much.
Yay, thank you
so much, Erica. Yes, and yeah, make sure you guys, if you guys like this, make sure you leave us a comment down below and let us know if you enjoy this so we know to do it more on this channel. And thank you, John, for the gifted memberships, and congrats to everyone that received a gifted membership.
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you so much.
And those that are in the chat, if you received one, make sure you thank John. And before we introduce the fourth person that is going to be interacting with us for this Coffee and Scream live, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my fiance, Miranda, who is behind the scenes right now. She's not going to be on camera because she doesn't want to be, but she is, if you see the comments popping up on screen, she is working behind the scenes, monitoring that chat within StreamYard here, and she is making those comments pop up on screen for us so that we don't miss anything. She is on chat duty to make sure we don't miss any important things. So
love you, Miranda. Love you.
Let me go ahead and give her some applause as well.
Yeah.
But with that, because we are going to have to jump into this next segment here soon, because we only have until 8 o'clock before the investigation has to end. So let me go ahead and introduce the fourth person that is going to be interacting for the duration of this live stream, or at least most of it, depending on his schedule. You guys know him. You guys love him. You refer to him as the Voice, and it is Mr. Jason McKini.
Hey!
Hey, everybody.
Little applause for Jason there. How's it going, Jason?
It's going all right, man. Despite having a sinus infection and double ear infection, I'm doing good. So everyone, pardon any occasional sniffles that may hear on my.
Yeah, it seems to be going around. I had a bit of a stomach bug the past couple of days, so it also on top of the other stuff, I was not feeling too well. So it must be in the air this week. Michelle, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. So Let me before we get into this, let me just go ahead and look for a confirmation from our investigators on the ground and see if they are ready.
What are we, a
Looks like
news team?
it
We've
looks
got people on the ground in the field.
on the ground in the field. Guys, you are going to love this because we are going to be doing Estes Method Spirit Box session live on this live stream, on this live podcast. We are going to be doing a live Estes session, and it is going to be AC Ghost Hunters, Chris, Anna, and Sam. They are in one of the most haunted cities in America, Savannah, Georgia. They are in Colonial Cemetery, one of the oldest cemetery in Savannah. So let's go ahead and bring them in so that we can start this Estes session. And of course, you guys can interact, post your questions in the chat, and we can ask them out loud as well as our own. But here they are, AC Ghost Hunters.
Whoa!
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's the weather down there in Savannah?
Absolutely beautiful.
Look at that gorgeous Spanish moss hanging down there from the tree.
I love Spanish moss.
It's everywhere.
Oh, I love that.
We'll go ahead and make them large so that everyone can see them as clearly as possible. And we're going to be over here on the edges on the fringe, so to speak, asking the questions. So how have you guys enjoyed Savannah so far? Have you had any paranormal experiences down there?
Quite a few, yes.
Where have you investigated so far?
Actually, we had a few cool things, and sorry, I'm off camera on the other side here, but we had a few cool things happen. We got the chance to investigate, and this is going to sound really weird, but the building is actually escape room building now. And we got to investigate this place, and we got some direct communication and some really cool stuff going on.
Wow.
And we investigated the Marshall House while we were down here. And tonight we're going to Sorrel Weed.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to go there. I want to go there so bad.
That's one of my favorites. Miranda and I toured there when we were down there last time, but I got to investigate it when I went back in 2015, 2016, something like that. The video never came out because I lost all the footage, but but that's a really creepy place. You guys are going to love that one.
Yeah, so that's going to be the last stop on this tour tonight.
Very, very cool.
Nice.
Well,
that's awesome.
When we saw you guys were going live, we thought, well, why not do a live Estes from the oldest cemetery in Savannah?
We appreciate it. This is going to be really cool, and I think everyone in the chat is going to love it too. Everyone, if you are excited for this Estes, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And Viva's just sort of Viva's just hearts and fireworks over there. That's just crazy.
It's my explosive personality.
Here we are with just colored lights and backgrounds, and Viva's over there with hearts and fireworks exploding all around her.
It's just me. It's just my personality.
She's electric.
Yes. Period.
Well, what do you think? Are you ready to jump underneath?
Ready.
Yeah, let's do it. Girls are ready.
All right. Here we go, everyone. Get ready. We are about to start the Estes session. Colonial Cemetery, Savannah, Georgia. There's a lot of history there, and really the cemetery used to be a lot bigger than what it was. It has kind of shrunk as the city has grown around it, and so there's a lot of the city of Savannah that is built over top of parts of what was once Colonial Cemetery. 20.
Hello,
If there's someone at the cemetery, can you talk to Sam and Anna?
The house behind you.
The house behind you.
Yeah, we're not.
Are they live?
Yes, we're live here.
Anna.
We're kind of at the back of the cemetery, and right on the other side of the wall behind us are houses.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm with my girlfriend.
Oh.
What brought you to Savannah?
What are you doing? You used to be. Multiples.
Were you a soldier in the Civil War?
Emma. I think so. Do one of them. But you can't take them. You want us here.
Are you male or female?
I do. I didn't know. Under the tree. We're just passing by. Poor
What-
people.
What is your name?
People walking.
Oh, there was people just walking behind him there.
There were. Yeah, that was weird.
This evening.
And they stopped for a minute and looked over by us.
Mike, you can come. Come with me. Ask me.
Can you tell us what year it is for you?
I'm on the wall. Anna. Hunt. Mike. Victoria. Passing by.
Victoria is passing by?
Walter.
There was Walter.
How many
was in-
spirits are speaking?
Just for a minute.
How many spirits are here with us?
My face. We're all over.
We're all over.
Michael.
That's what she just said.
Hi.
Are you a soldier?
Was that a car, Chris? I thought I just.
Yeah, it was a car.
Okay.
One. There was a little girl. What are we doing here?
Well, we're trying to communicate with you, but we need people. Hi.
I'm fine.
We need people to talk one at a time, please. I know there might be a lot of spirits here, but
It's personal. Never mind.
Why are you still haunting your grave?
are you buried here?
Anthony.
Are you buried here in the cemetery?
It's the oldest. Me.
Walter, if you're here, can you
Hello, people. I did.
tell us how you passed away? Were you sick?
Lots of love. Brave. Hurry. Very small. Child. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
Both of them. Hi, Candace. I didn't do it.
It's so weird because at certain parts it sounds like they're saying the same thing.
They have done that before.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
My name? Viva. Which one?
She just said Viva when you talked, Viva.
Here I am.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I love you. That was the older
They
woman.
both said love you at the same time.
Oh, that's creepy.
Don't tell me I got fans on the other side too now.
It sounds like it.
Who is saying hi to Viva? Can we know your name?
Purple. That's a good point. That's a good one. Help. I'm not sure about it.
Were you injured in battle?
Anna. Hi. In an hour. Now. Listen to me.
Did you get the yellow fever?
Spirit. Are you watching?
Yeah, we're watching.
I'm behind the tree. Wondering. 900.
There's way too many trees to be looking.
Yeah.
What is that? What is going on?
At any point, can you walk up to the purple lights around them and make them change color?
Can I come out?
Yeah, come out and join us over here.
Thank you, sir. Mike.
Well, they both said your name. At the
Yeah,
same
they
time.
both said at the same time.
Mike,
Oh,
talk.
my heart's racing.
Start asking some questions. Yes,
Isn't
ask
that
some
for
questions.
epic people?
Yes. So who's
What
asking?
happened?
Who is asking for Mike? I'm
To
here to
him.
help. Would you tell me your name, please?
Love. Love.
Well, I appreciate that, but what is your name?
Divine.
What is your name, please?
You brought him here. It's a message. Love this cemetery.
Can you touch Anna on the shoulder?
for everybody. You're doing great, Anna. Help. Talk to me. I think I might have been. I think I'm fine. In here. I can hear you. Family. Right here. All 8 of them.
All 8 of them.
Did she say Viva again, though?
Yeah.
Viva one more time.
I really don't.
That's so wild.
Can we ask who's
Hello, out
asking?
there.
Who is asking for Viva? Who's calling for her?
That's private. How many years? I guess definitely. Lots of people.
Can you tell us?
23. Help me. My name's Walter.
Walter, what year were you born, Walter?
By the tree. Will you look? There's windows.
What kind of help do you need, Walter?
That's what I was like reading the comments and I saw you said you need to go to that cemetery. I'm like, oh gosh.
That's all we ask.
You tell the girls where you are, Walter, behind the tree. Which tree? There's so many trees. Which tree?
13. They ripped them. Kick them.
Were you married?
Was your headstone broken by the soldiers?
Rude. People don't like them.
Now, I will say, I understand that is a cemetery, but since it is the South, I wonder if any of those trees would have been used for like lynchings or something.
They were. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Here.
They were. There was hangings done in this cemetery.
Military.
Okay, I kind of figured.
I took care of people.
Walter, what is your last name?
Right. People. Helping people. Safe?
Yeah, Dave just spoke. Walter, can you tell us?
Time.
Can you tell us your last name, Walter, please?
Erica, don't you bring him up.
Is it done? Can we pray? Hold him up. Help? Sorry. Is it good? Do it together. Keep talking. Be calm.
There was a lot of fighting that took place during the Revolutionary War in Savannah. Did you fight?
And some coffee.
What about a scream?
That's my kind of ghost right there. They need coffee.
It's probably the only thing keeping them going.
Honestly.
The book. He's happy. I was there. Yellow fever.
Yellow fever.
Mm.
Can you tell us how many people died of yellow fever that
you
are
remember?
buried in the cemetery?
The river. I lived there. The boats.
That's very relevant to yellow fever.
I was going to ask if there is like a body of water next to or near the cemetery at all.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's the rivers not too far.
Oh, okay.
and that's how they got the people that died of yellow fever out of the city. They would put them in the tunnels and then load them onto the boats on the river.
Okay.
To try and stop the spread.
Mm.
Sure.
Did they load you onto the boat?
You remind me. I almost said that. Oh.
Do you get to talk to a lot of people?
For it? My sister.
Your sister.
Have
Who died from an injury.
Oh, an injury. Did they take you? Did they take you to the Sorrel Weed House for surgery?
Back to you. Suddenly, a laugh.
Are you from Savannah, or did you happen to travel there and pass away?
It's not a bean.
Would you say it's not a bean?
Walter, if you're still here, are you at peace or are you still at unrest?
Maybe it's proper. It's the last. Pass it through. Scooby-Doo. I'll remember.
Did she say Scooby Doo?
You okay?
Yeah.
What?
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh Raggy.
Stay there.
Can you go in between the
definitely-
dimensions or between the sides or whatever, however it works?
My name's Robert. Sorry. What have you done? One more time. 10 to 8. 8. Help me out.
We're not counting yet.
I do want to address one comment from Lost Voices with Jackie. I know that I have like relatives,
10 pages.
like ancestors and stuff from down south, so it's possible.
To your left.
From my ancestry, it stops in Florida.
What was that? I'm here.
That's like in the early 1900s, but it's because Florida is a closed state for like historical stuff, so I couldn't continue to follow the little leaves that Ancestry offers. So it's possible.
Wow.
Mommy. You can bring them.
Are you aware that you have passed away?
4. Go back. Here. I might be able to help. I couldn't make that out.
Has anybody ever tried to speak with you like this before?
What name? I'm Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Confederate Corpse.
Confederate.
Robert.
Robert, are you buried here?
Timberland. Nate.
Robert, are you buried here?
Liberty. Period.
It looks like here.
Yeah.
What? I died. Just stop.
Walter or anyone that's there, were you a surgeon during the war?
Is she allowed to do that? On your left. Robert. Just go back. Timberland. Bring up another topic. Something in a pocket.
Okay, guys, we're going to have to wrap this up here pretty soon.
Not allowed to talk. Spooky.
Oh, that's weird. It went out of focus.
I was gonna say it's done that a few times where it'll go completely out of focus and then pop back.
Oh, okay. So it might just be the camera then.
Can you
Trying
hear
to focus
me?
on the grass. Yeah, we can hear you.
Could you do us a favor and stand between the two ladies so we can see you?
Start talking. What? Talking.
I wonder if they're having a conversation with each other in a way.
Maybe.
Could be.
Nope.
Yeah, we have had that before,
Yeah.
where it seems like they're not even answering.
Well,
They're
ladies,
just like
say
going
that.
back and forth between them.
Because I
We
love
kind
it.
of love it.
What's that smell?
Do you know that we're asking you questions? Can you even hear us?
Watching. I love people.
Can you do that? 2.
What's that?
Can you travel outside of the cemetery?
It was close.
It bothers me.
Obviously.
Public.
He was in trouble.
Get up, both of you.
I was just thinking about that.
Really?
With the kids?
Do you enjoy speaking to people when they come and see you?
Nope.
Mind
I wanted to help.
It's like absolutely not.
Help.
Me as a ghost.
Thank you. Public.
Just help her.
That unnerves me. Are you ready for the
Repeat.
last one?
Robert, you said you were a Confederate soldier.
Perfect.
Is that
He's
true?
back. Tall.
5'4".
5'4".
4, 3, 2, 1.
No, we're gonna
count down.
Yeah, we're gonna start counting soon because we got to wrap this up. We got to be out of here pretty soon.
Are you rushing them to leave?
Hey,
You did a great job, Robert. I'm sorry we couldn't help.
Did you arrive to Savannah via boat or land?
They don't call me out.
Okay, Spirit, we're gonna start counting
Sure.
down from 10.
Count. Top here.
As soon as I get to 0, we're gonna have to
I
end.
can't hear that. Where? 2, 1.
10,
Sure. I love it.
9.
Please stay on.
No, we got to wrap this up. 8.
Let's do it. I never want you to leave. Do you think this is
Can you say goodbye?
here?
Can you say goodbye?
Oh, baby. 5.
I don't remember where I stopped. 7.
How old are you? I love it when you talk.
There you go, Chris.
Cheers me up.
Oh, all right now.
He said I haven't spoke.
What's wrong? Are we in trouble?
No, you're
There's
not
so
in
many.
trouble. All
We've
right.
been waiting our whole lives for somebody to come and talk to us.
I liked it.
Talk.
Stop.
So now they want to talk.
No, we got to wrap this up.
Oh no.
5.
Please let me have one.
Just a couple more minutes.
No. 4.
I'll go over by the fence.
All those.
Okay, we'll talk
at
to you by the
once?
fence after we leave.
Ready.
3,
Annabelle.
2.
Spirits,
Ready?
Spirits, thank you for
Ready?
talking to us. Is there anything you would like to add before
Come back.
Chris stops?
We can have coffee and a smoke.
Coffee and a smoke.
One at a time.
They said that was stressful.
Yeah.
I'll answer. I'm Big John.
Deepest secrets.
Yep.
Trouble.
Now you're telling us everything we wanted to hear in the
Can you hear
beginning.
me? Oh, that was a little kid. Please don't.
Dumb.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Can you say goodbye before I tap the girls
Here we
out?
go.
Don't touch them yet.
Okay, thank you.
Please, you, sir.
One more.
Ooh. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen.
It always does.
All right, guys, there you go.
Thank you guys so much for doing that, and thank you for taking time out of your evening to do that, Estes, for us. Because as soon as you proposed the idea, it was like, that's definitely a cool idea. Since you're in Savannah, it'd be really cool to do that. So thank you, all 4 of you. Thank you for taking the time to do it.
No problem.
Everybody
Happy
make
to.
sure to say thank you to AC Ghost Hunters.
Thank you.
No
I don't know if
problem.
you
We'll see you
remember
next time.
us.
Yeah, see you guys. Be safe and have fun at the Sorrel Weed House. We're excited to hear what you get at the Sorrel Weed House for your investigation.
Absolutely. We'll let you know.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye.
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 All right. We are back.
We are back.
In full, not full screen, but yeah, so that was an interesting little Estes there. There was a couple moments where it seemed like it was, like repeating, or there were things that were being said almost immediately after the question was asked, or, Viva's name coming up a few times was quite interesting. So
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, not them knowing me.
but that was an interesting, we're very grateful to them for doing that, because it was their idea they came up with. They said that, we saw you're going live, and we thought this would be a good idea to do an Estes on the live stream. And it was definitely really interesting, because Savannah's one of my favorite cities to visit. I know, have you been to Savannah, Viva?
No, I haven't been to Savannah at all. I Yeah, exactly. That's what. Anytime sorry. Yeah, no, I haven't been to Savannah, but Cree, you are absolutely right, because anytime I have heard my name come through on the spirit box, I'm like, that is not something that you hear on the radio stations. That's not something you hear just all the time, unless it's like maybe Cinco de Mayo, I don't know, but like it's not something that comes up very often. So whenever somebody's just randomly like Viva, I'm like, what I do.
Thank you so much, Bianca, for the super chat there, and also thank you to Victoria for the gifted memberships. And make sure everyone that got a membership, make sure you go ahead and thank Victoria for sending that over.
If you guys liked that, let us know in the comments, and maybe we could try to set up something similar to this sometime down the road.
Absolutely. And before we get into talking about investigation, some of our craziest paranormal experiences, and getting into the full Coffee and Scream live experience, we got to start this out the same way that we always start this out. And you all know what time it is. If you've seen the podcast, you know each of us brings a mug, and you all get to decide who brought the best mug. So it is time for the mug of the day.
They brought their coffee, they brought their fear. There is only one competition that matters here. Whoever has the best mug will have the most cheers. So let me hear you scream and chant. Mug of the day. Is it Ryan or Viva or Dave that will slay? Let's give a big cheer for the mug of the day. Mug of the day. Mug of the day.
What an ugly mug.
Very green Danish.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that. What the hell? Oh
What
my
an ugly mug.
What an ugly mug at the end.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that, Viva. That's why I didn't tell you about it.
That gave like early 2000s, like, oh my gosh, like garage band.
I know.
What I said.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I thought it was just like the, and I was like, yeah, and then he started going in, and then he said our names. That took me over the edge. That was, oh my gosh, you a mess. You are a mess, and thank you for that. I appreciated it so much.
I was doing some prep work yesterday, as you could tell.
Yes, I can tell.
So go ahead, Viva. We'll let you go first. Ladies first. Go ahead and display your entry into the Mug of the Day competition, and be ready, everyone, because you're gonna have to decide who has the best mug.
I don't think mine's is gonna be any. I'm gonna say it flat out. I'm pretty sure mine's is gonna win.
Ooh.
She always says that, though.
She's coming in with confidence.
Yes, I am. If I'm not, I know somebody here in the chat got me this mug, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but I don't want to say the wrong name and end up looking like a fool. But it's you see it?
It's Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Which is very, very appropriate because the new Scream just came out.
The many faces of Matthew Lillard.
I know. You know who you are if you got this mug for me. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know who it was, but I don't want to say the wrong name and look stupid. So you know who you are. You got this for me, and I love you, and I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. So this is my entry for the mug of the day.
All right, go ahead, Dave. Or let's let Jason go next. Jason has a mug too. Let's let Jason go next.
Mine's pretty bland, pretty vanilla. I ironically didn't think about this, but I did ironically have a cup of freshly brewed hot ginger lemon tea. So,
ooh,
maybe judge it for the contents more than the mug itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say the contents is what really makes it. It pulls it together.
And if it counts, I steeped it with a slice of ginger, and I've got 2 lemon slices in it.
Oh,
okay, fancy.
Ooh. Thank you, Mary Beth. We really appreciate that. That's super nice of you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and head over to, for some reason, I should have had this already pulled up on YouTube, and I should have already been doing this, but I'll let Dave go while I create a poll.
Perfect, because you're glitched in a really creepy face.
Yes. It's like, yeah.
So here's my mug. This is a reuse. I'm sorry, you guys. I panicked. Although this may have been in an episode that one of the 95 episodes we filmed and never put out. So this is my mug, Area 51.
Ooh.
And
love it. I do like that mug.
Whoa! Oh, sorry. There's nothing in it.
Oh my gosh.
And Ryan is still creepily froze.
Can you hear me or no?
Yes.
Yeah, we can still hear you, but you're just like...
I may have to leave and come back so that they can see it, but give me 1 second. I might just ultimately lose this competition just because of my frozen camera.
Did you turn it off and back on?
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh, I'm good now?
Anybody?
Am I back?
There you go. Yep, you're good.
All right, I'm moving. And I have probably used this mug on an episode of Coffee and Scream before, but as I've always stated when we film Coffee and Scream, I never know whether I've used it or not because there's so many episodes that we filmed that never made it to air that I can never remember. But I have, which you might have seen me drinking out of. It is...
Freaking... Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Amityville Horror.
Yep.
Love
Y'all
it.
can see that, and it has the profile, the silhouette of the house on the back of it. Just an instant classic.
That's what really happened. You froze up so you could go get a better mug.
Yeah. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Mm-hmm. Everyone in the chat that was watching me when we were doing that Estes and saw me drink out of this mug, go ahead and prove them wrong. And anyone that wants to try and clip that out, moments of me drinking to prove them to them. I can't talk for some reason tonight.
Because you cheated. That's why. And even your mouth no.
I did no such thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Erica. Yeah.
Ooh. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go and see who is winning as of right now. So far, we have in the lead, we have Dave with his Area 51 mug.
Ooh.
What? All right.
We have Dave at 34%, Viva at 26%, Jason at 12%, and me at 27%. So it's Dave followed by me, followed by Viva, followed by Jason. Sorry, Jason.
He doesn't even have anything in him.
Oh, the noise.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, the noise.
I forgot you don't like the noise. I'm sorry.
Isn't Matthew Lillard Scooby-Doo?
He's Shaggy in Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and he's also my husband on the side. No, he ain't. Ma!
That's right. We have live fact checking from Cheryl in the other room.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep, my mother's in the living room. Everybody say hi to my mother. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
Everyone say hi to Viva's mom.
Yep.
Oh, we've got a battle going on here. Viva and Ryan are tied.
We are tied, but I mean, second place is not really there's no prize for second place.
If you ain't first, you're last.
That's
true.
true.
Look at that, Rican. I just noticed that because I was on the other page. I didn't see the empty mugs lose, Dave.
Yeah.
Should Dave be disqualified for an empty mug? I mean,
Yeah.
You've seen me drink out of it, so obviously there's something in here I would not drink out of an empty mug.
Yeah.
Now
Dave.
what? Now what?
Wow.
But that's water, so.
Did your mom tell me to fix my face up?
I don't know. Don't listen to her.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll here. The winner, if there's no dequalification, is Dave. Everyone, Dave has won the mug of the day.
I don't get no applause or nothing.
Mind your business, David. Right.
So, now that we've officially gotten the mug of the day out of the way, we have an exciting show for you guys because, as you know, Coffee and Scream has been a podcast we've been doing, and maybe you don't know, Coffee and Scream has been a podcast we've been doing for the past 2 years now. It'll sporadically pop up here and there, but we just have fun. We talk about the paranormal, we talk about spooky things, whether it's aliens, whether it's ghosts, whether it's demons, whether it's what's going on in the world of the paranormal, whether it's cryptids like Bigfoot or the Vegetable Man. For those of you that remember the Vegetable Man, you'll remember that very well. So thank you so much, ALTC. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you. Who remembers the Vegetable Man? Put a 1 in the chat.
Yes, if you remember the Vegetable Man moment, and if not, you have to go back, which I don't know, did we ever re-upload that to this channel? I don't think we did, because we released it on the second channel, and then I don't remember whether we re-uploaded it to this channel.
I don't think we did.
So for those of you that don't know, the Vegetable Man is a cryptid that hails from West Virginia, because we did an entire episode based off of West Virginia cryptids. And it is actually called the Marion County Vegetable Man because it is from Marion County, West Virginia. And it was, there was they called him a hoaxer, which, you know, kind of says everything you need to know there. But I know his last name was Barker. I can't remember what his first name was, but
Gary, maybe?
I couldn't eat cabbage for
Gary Barker. I don't think so. Something Barker, but anyway, he claimed that he had an encounter with the Vegetable Man in a field where he was attacked by this very tall and lanky stick-like looking thing with needle fingertips that just were like suction cups that just would grabbed a hold of him and sucked his blood, and it was a very bizarre story. But then we ended up finding a photograph on the cryptid wiki of
Don't show it. Oh,
you have it, Dave?
I'm trying to figure out how to either send it to you or upload it on here, but yes, I have it.
If you just open the picture, you can screen share here on the. So if you just open the picture and then screen share and select your photo thing, it will pop right up on screen for everyone to see. I can't believe you still have that. You all are in for a treat. This is right here. This is peak content right here. Thank you so much. I missed the very last one. Thank you to Rob for the super sticker. And the last one that I missed, I apologize. I was too excited for the Vegetable Man.
Nice profile picture, Rob. I like that Crown Victoria.
That's right up your alley, Jason.
That's right.
Do you have it, Dave?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm not going to run away. I promise, Joe. I'm not going to run away.
Dave is a grandpa, so he doesn't really use computers very quickly.
Listen, y'all.
That's what I should have downloaded the I'm tired of this, Grandpa. So
that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm trying.
Thank you so much, Faithy. Thank you so much for being a member, Iceman Rails Cooking. Thank you for being a member, Bianca. So, but I mean, we went through quite a few different cryptids on that episode. We talked about the Abaguchi, and a number of other ones. There was one that was supposed to be like a river crocodile that was huge. I can't remember the name of that one, but all of this can be viewed on that episode of Coffee and Scream. But
yeah, the Vegetable Man gave me nightmares.
There he is. Behold, rest your eyes upon the Marion County Vegetable Man.
Something tells me there's something to that.
Y'all see what the fuck I gotta deal with? Y'all see this shit?
Look at that.
Look at that 6-pack. I mean,
I thought they were tomatoes when we first looked at it, but now that I'm having a
bell peppers and cabbage.
Yeah, they're definitely bell peppers and cabbage.
Look at those diggers there.
That is not what I thought you said. I thought you said something entirely different.
Me too.
Yeah, Viva heard it too.
What did I say?
It was a
Yeah, you paused before you said diggers, and you said, "Look at those look at those diggers."
See, those
Wow.
aren't diggers; those are grippers.
Oh my god,
Grippers, yeah.
those are talons right there. Oh my gosh. Man.
Before we move into the next part of the live stream where we talk a little bit about our lives and some of the things that we've been up to before we move into some more exciting topics, I want to do a little bit of a shameless self-promotion for our previous episode that we released just last week. So you may have seen it, you may not have. But we actually went and got to investigate with Chris and Anna of AC Ghost Hunters, who were a part of the live stream there, or a part of this live stream with the Estes. And we investigated the Missouri State Penitentiary in Jefferson City, Missouri. And if you've seen it, you know full well that it was a pretty interesting investigation and that you should go check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer on here for you guys to watch. That way, if you haven't seen it, maybe you can get a little bit of hype so that you can head over there and watch it and maybe hype that video. So, and I know Jason will appreciate some of the prison scenery here in this trailer.
Common nickname we have is the bloodiest 47 acres in America.
Would you say that the Missouri State Penitentiary is haunted?
100%. I've seen lots and lots of things in here. You just never know what's going to happen.
Dave, you say something touched your hair?
Yeah, that's
shoot. That's not me.
I happened to look up and I see this figure standing at the rail. I'm like, what is that? And looked back up and it was gone.
What was that?
What the hell is that? It is very dark in here. Very, very dark.
And all of a sudden, I'm covered with this black cloud.
Oh,
Whoa.
what was that?
I don't know, guys. All the words coming out of this thing are creeping me out.
Thank you. We just heard, it sounded like a woman wailing.
The little boy.
Oh,
It was so weird.
what the hell was that?
Really creepy.
That sounded like a conversation somebody was
Yeah.
having.
It sounded like two people.
It's just weird stuff you can't explain.
So that
Oh, yeah.
was the Missouri State Penitentiary, and that was a creepy investigation. And we can kind of give a little behind the scenes insight, Dave and I, for just a couple of minutes here before we move on and let Jason and Viva talk about how they are doing. I can say that that cell block in Building 4, which we still couldn't decipher whether or not what we heard was an animal, whether it be pigeons or, whatever it was, but it was chilling. It sounded like two people having a conversation on the other side of the block when Chris, Anna, and I were standing up there when we were getting ready to go down and grab Dave from his isolation in the dungeon cells. And it was just, it echoed, but it just sounded like two people on the other side of the cell block having a conversation, and it was very creepy. So that place is just amazing, of course, as you know, and as everyone in this panel right here knows. I mean, we love haunted prisons. It's one of our favorite places to investigate because, as Jason will attest, we cut our teeth at a haunted prison.
We did.
So, Dave, what did you think? What were your thoughts on that investigation?
I was really exhausted for that one, so I don't really remember too much of it. I do remember, though, the thing that stands out to me the most was walking into that gas chamber, which is a weird thing to say out loud. But that was one of the most surreal feelings that I've ever had in my life. As soon as we walked in there, we were in good moods. We were excited to get down there. We were ready to check it out, but we were also in a hurry because we were running out of time. And I remember as soon as I walked in there, all of that just stopped. And the only thing that I could focus on and feel was emotions and energy, and it was very overwhelming walking into there. And I didn't really feel that anywhere else in the prison while we were there. So That's the thing that I remember most from that investigation. I know if we ever go back, I would like to spend some more time in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely have to go back someday. I can say for certain that, I mean, I've been to a prison that has a gas chamber and investigated a gas chamber before when Allison Cag and I did Nevada State Prison. But that had been completely converted into the lethal injection room at that point. So the chairs for the gas chamber were gone. It was a bed, so there was nothing to sit on. And it was so eerie to sit in the seats knowing that 39 men and 1 woman sat in those chairs and died what I can only assume to be a very painful death in those chairs. And I was sitting in them with Anna, sitting there listening to the spirit box for the Estes. It was just so nauseating in a way. It was unnerving, and I remember I got an intense headache sitting there listening to the sweep. And I've done the Estes hundreds of times, and I don't normally get affected by the sweep. Like, it doesn't give me a headache. I can listen to the spirit box sweeping for hours and not have any adverse effects. But just sitting there in that chair, it was something about it. It just made me feel sick.
I would imagine.
So, but yeah, it's definitely an episode, you guys. If you missed it and you didn't get a chance to watch it, you should definitely go check it out, because it is one of our favorites that we've done in recent times.
Yeah, go check it out. It was an Easter upload, so I think a lot of people missed that one. So if you're looking for something extra to watch tonight after this is over, or tomorrow, go back and watch it, because I think a lot of people missed that one, unfortunately.
Yes.
I did watch some of it as well, and it was really good. I didn't get a chance to get up to the part where you guys were in the gas chamber doing the Estes method, but just the whole like history behind it of them like putting the bucket and the seat, and like that's still the same like chairs, right? Like that's still the same. That is so wild. And then they had the cyanide that just drops in and just feels. I'm like, that's insane. That's crazy.
All of it was original.
Yeah, the Crocs underneath the seat and all that. And it was Lisa and Marianne were very knowledgeable about the prison.
Mm-hmm.
We were very, very lucky to have them there to explain the history of the prison to us. It was really cool to hear the stories. And it's always one of my favorite parts to listen to people who know these buildings firsthand and have had crazy experiences tell their stories. And some of the stories they told were really, really creepy. And I will say, and this is just a little side note, and Marianne is so sweet. She's such a nice lady. So this is, did we lose Jason?
No!
We might have lost Jason for a second. He will be back, though, we promise.
Maybe he needed a restroom break.
Maybe. He is back, but there we go.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I don't know what you appeared as a second Jason down in the waiting room, which is kind of weird. There was 2 Jasons for a second. But Dave, whenever you were listening, because like we listened, of course, in the editing process, and I'll call you up and show you some of the stories and some of the edits that I make as I go. And you made a very distinct observation about Marianne that she reminded you of someone just listening to her talk.
She does. When she gets excited about a story, I don't know if like her voice box like moves up just a little and it changes her voice, but she sounds exactly like Hillary Clinton, and I could not unhear it after I heard it. So every time I hear her talk now, I'm like, Hillary? It was so
oh my gosh,
so strange. But yeah, I don't know why. She is a very, very kind, sweet lady, though, but it did make me laugh.
I'll have to rewatch it just to listen to it from that point of view then.
Oh, yeah, you have to, because it's just, it's uncanny whenever you get to where suddenly you can, hold on one second. I want to share something with you all.
Anybody else in the chat think that?
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
That was for Dawson. Oh
my gosh.
Dawson Caller.
Man, Vine. Shout out to Vine.
If you guys will excuse me for just a minute, I need to go and take my medication.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see
Okay.
you when you get back.
All right.
So before we move into us having a deep and, let's say, controversial discussion about the paranormal and everything related, Jason, for those of you that, for the people that maybe in the chat that don't know, talk a little bit about your introduction into the paranormal, because we did this on an episode of Coffee and Scream one time, but maybe they didn't see that.
Yes, yeah, that was a good year and a half, 2 years ago. So I'm trying to keep it brief as possible, you know me. So basically it all started for me, I'm going to say around, I was probably like 11 or 12. My family and I started watching the old paranormal shows, everyone knows the Taps, Ghost Hunters, and then Paranormal State on A&E, and then eventually Ghost Adventures. And we kind of religiously watch it each week, and it kind of rekindled some memories of a couple experiences I had when I was really young, like 5, 6, 8, 9 years old, of some paranormal things in my house and other places. And I thought, maybe there's something to this. And again, I'm at 12. And so I decided, me and some other friends that kind of like-minded, to start going out and doing some investigations. We were trying to be serious about it. But this was around 07, and so we were just going to places that were free, cemeteries, people's houses that we knew that they're like, oh yeah, we have some knocking in the back room or in the basement, whatever. And so kind of got our toes wet in that sense. And then in 2009, a good friend of mine, an old friend of mine, Jane Skelton, had contacted me. We had investigated prior to this, and she said, hey, Jason, my friend John is writing a book on the penitentiary in Moundsville, the old West Virginia penitentiary. He's going to stay the night there Saturday night for a research trip for his book. Would you like to go? He's got a free spot. Now, at the time, I was like 14, and immediately I was like, yeah, I can make it, and because this was like a Thursday that he was going up Saturday night, but it was like at Disneyland to me at that point, Moundsville, something of that magnitude and that scale and size, And so my parents, of course, they were very supportive and let me go with them, and we spent the whole night. And I met Ryan that night, who was in very early stages of getting involved with the prison, volunteering. I think you were at the time at the haunted house. Then very quickly, though, you start doing tours. And anyway, our friendship obviously just grew over the years. But that night, the prison just scared the hell out of me, and I'll never forget it. And it was the proverbial hook in the mouth. Like I say, I already knew I was interested in the paranormal, but again, going to a place of that magnitude, hook, line, and sinker. And also simultaneously just fell in love incredibly with the prison. And so through Ryan, I met Dave. Through Dave, I met Steve. And one thing led to another over the years. They invited me up once or twice each year to spend a night with them there. And then in July of 2017, at that point, I had already been filming officially with Ryan, Dave, and Steve on the channel for a few months at that point. And in July of 17, I started doing tours there. And ever since then, it's just been one big journey. And then, of course, met Viva through giving tours at the prison, I believe, because I think that's the first place I met you.
I'm pretty sure we all met in prison.
Yeah.
So.
We have that distinction. We all met in prison.
Yeah.
And of course, Allison and Cag from Adelaide Haunted Horizons, we met them in prison as well. So it's, you know what they say, you make your best friends in prison.
Who the hell says that?
Prisoners.
Oh, prisoners. Okay, well, then there you go.
Trust me, we've done hard time.
We've done hard time. And before we move on, Jason, kind of give a brief synopsis of one of your either you can do most intense experience stories or you can do funniest, whatever comes to mind. experiences while investigating the paranormal, because there's so many things that we experience and see, whether it be something that's paranormal activity or even an experience with the living. It always seems to attract strange things happening whenever you go on or go out to investigate some of these places.
Totally. Well, as it is for all of us, that's a good question, but a very hard one to answer over the years. One that actually I've been thinking about here recently was technically everyone listening or watching can watch this themselves on our first trip to SCI Crescent, the old sanitarium in Crescent, Pennsylvania, later turned into a state hospital and a medium security prison for men. In our first visit there, near the end of the night, we were in, I want to say it was a building, I forget, but it was one of the older housing units, and it was laid out in like almost like a college dorm style layout. And we were up on the upper floor, the four of us, and Ryan, you had walked down to the end of the hallway, and we were hearing some stuff like behind us at one point. It sounded like dragging. And after a couple minutes at the end of the hallway, you start to walk back this long hallway to Dave, Steve, and I. And you got, I don't know, what do you think, Dave? Probably 20 feet, within 20 feet of us.
Yeah.
And it was like, all I know, and you can't quantify this, I can't prove or show this to anybody. But of course, those of us there, we can attest for it personally. But it was just this rush of energy of which I've personally never felt. It was so strong, and just a wall of energy that came down this hall, hit Steve, Dave, and I simultaneously. And the way I personally felt it was almost took me off my balance. There's no wind, but I remember specifically, and random enough, just one little speck on my eyelid that felt like I was shocked, like static electricity on my eyelid. And we all just went, whoa, what was that? We looked at each other, and immediately it was like, oh my God, did you feel that? And I don't know, that certainly it was intense. It wasn't, the most intense that I've experienced, but it was up there. I just remember how that rattled me for the rest of the night. I don't know about you guys, but we had a couple hours left, and it just unsettled me deeply.
Mm-hmm.
It was freaky. It was very freaky.
Yeah, and that dragging sound was so loud. Like that, you can go back. That was our original episode from Crescent back in 2021, SCI Crescent. And I believe that was F building, wasn't it, where the geriatric inmates were?
Yes.
That's right. It was F.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, and now I don't even think you can go into that building because it's collapsed so much. I've seen a lot of pictures where it's just in really bad shape. So that was a very freaky experience. As a whole, Crescent is just massive. I mean, between the buildings and the underground tunnels that run underneath of them, you're talking about acres and acres of prison all connected by these underground tunnels. Each building is connected, and you can just enter the tunnels and find yourself in any number of the buildings that still connect. So there are some buildings where the entrance to the tunnels have been sealed off, like the morgue building, the original morgue building that was then changed to I can't remember what they changed it to, but maintenance. That's right. They changed it to a maintenance building, so they sealed off the tunnel. But you can get to a lot of different buildings through just those tunnels, and that is a really crazy experience, even just exploring.
Oh yeah, it's like a labyrinth.
We have a question from Charlotte. Will Jason be able to join an investigation soon? That's right.
We got some plans in the works. I personally have short sleeves on. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, we have some plans.
What?
Something's up our sleeve.
Oh.
Who do you think you are, Tim?
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Gotta love it.
So,
can Viva be on more investigations?
That is not up to me at all, technically.
But would Viva go on more investigations with us?
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
There you go.
Absolutely. We always have fun together. It obviously is an investigation, but it's also just like friends hanging out. whether it's like behind the scenes or not, we're always laughing and joking and having a great time. And what you guys see on camera is genuinely just how we are in general. So it's not even like a play up for the cameras. I'm really a hot mess in real life. If you have ever met me just out in the wild, you know. But yeah, it's always fun when we get to be together and do investigations and travel and all that fun stuff. So I would absolutely be down. Like I said, it's technically not up to me. So
the thing that makes it more difficult for these two is that Jason lives like 3 hours away from us, and we're always going like northwest, so like the opposite direction of where he's at. And then Viva has children and you know, a family, and so it just has to be like one of those things where everything lines up and we're all able to get together. So it's not for lack of trying.
Like the Fearing House. I mean, that was one of the coolest. Cag's in the chat. Hello, Cag.
Cag.
The Fearing House was an investigation that I wasn't sure if we would capture much activity, but as a whole, that I was shocked by the Fearing House, which is a house in Marietta, Ohio, built by the Fearing family, Henry Fearing. And if you haven't seen that investigation, that is a very interesting one to go and watch, because Viva, of course, was in the episode. She investigated with us, and we caught a really creepy EVP down in the parlor.
We did. We should go back there. We should go back sometime.
We should.
Yeah, definitely. And the spirit box that I got in the basement of the Fearing house as well. If you're not aware, the Fearing family was like really big on the north side of the Civil War. You know, they used the house momentarily in time for signing people up to fight in the war for the North. And so they were big on, you know, abolishing slavery overall. And when I was in the basement by myself doing the spirit box session, I basically just thanked the family, you know, for fighting in the war, fighting for the right side of history, and for all of their efforts, whether it be to provide medical attention because they, you know, would help people who were shot and stuff like that, or helping people sign up to fight for our rights. And as I'm thanking them, there was like a pause, and on the spirit box you can actually hear a man say "you're welcome." So it was clear as day. I don't know if it was just what's that word you use, pareidolia or something like that. What's it called, Ryan? Yeah,
audio pareidolia, or
yes,
apophenia is another word, but I don't know if
that's the word I was thinking of. Yeah. Like, I know sometimes that can occur when listening to different audios and stuff, but it sounded clear as day to me that it was "you're welcome." So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's always those moments with the spirit box. Like I remember when Dave and I did Mortuary Manor recently, there was a really creepy spirit box response down in the embalming room in the basement that I misheard it originally, and I thought it said something about friendly or something. I said, yeah, let's be friends or whatever. And then it said, we're friends. I mean, really clearly. And I remember I about shit my pants when that came through. I mean, it just, all the hairs stand up on the back of your neck, and it makes you just stop and think to yourself, like, did I really just hear that come through that box? So I imagine it was probably that same situation for you, Viva, down in the basement of the Fearing house.
Yeah, very much so. I genuinely didn't expect to get anything in the basement. I'm a big feelings person. As much as I love to use different pieces of equipment and everything, I like to go off of how I'm feeling in a space. And if I'm uncomfortable, if I'm nervous, if I'm feeling like a phantom pain somewhere, but I wasn't really feeling anything in the basement. But just the fact that every so often I would get voices that came through the spirit box, and then of course that very much it just saying "you're welcome" directly after I thanked them for their service. I thought that was really, really cool. And it's always really nice to go to different locations to do investigations and stuff and actually make a connection with the spirit. that's like one of my biggest things, because I feel like a lot of times people get lost in the fact that they're going there to talk to a dead person and it's a ghost and they close doors and they throw things and they do this and do that. And it's like sometimes people get lost in that and forget about the human side of things and just actually trying to make a genuine connection. So it was just nice to be able to kind of touch on that a little bit there.
Yeah, and it's like a different way to experience history, and that's one of the biggest things that I think keeps drawing me back. Because even, you know, as we all know, we have investigations that are so quiet some nights where nothing happens, but it's just being there and getting to experience the history firsthand and walk in the same places where these people walked before us and where some very tragic and horrific things happened, or maybe some really uplifting and exciting things happen for them. It's just it's an incredible thing to be there in the moment and just think about all the things that came before you in the place that you're standing. So but before we move on, I did want to answer Erica's question, because Erica wants to know how the Sony recorder is hanging on. By a thread, Erica, by a thread. It's hanging on, but it's hanging on just barely. It's probably one stiff breeze away from being completely busted.
Oh my gosh.
One cell block drop away.
Oh gosh. I will say I did see a few people commenting on your guys' merch as well, or questioning your merch or something like that. That you guys' like merch is really cool or awesome or something. I know I saw something.
Yes, that actually huge shout out to Troy from Adelaide Haunted Horizons for designing the merch. He is a very talented person, and he a graphic artist, and as you can see, we have brand new merch, all of these designs.
I didn't know those. Oh, I want a crop top.
Go grab your merch, y'all.
Yep, paranormalquestmerch.com.
Oh, that's great.
The We're Leaving. We got mugs. We got Miss Molly, the soon to be haunted doll mugs. There's the Paranormal Quest crop top.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys what. For everybody watching, if you want, for this live stream only right now, I'm going to go create a 25% off coupon for our merch store, and I will post the
link
promo code in the chat here in just a minute. And Ryan, you are glitched again.
It's probably because I'm not looking at
Yeah,
the screen.
he's not in the thing. Yeah.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
So does that mean I'm glitched right now?
No, apparently it's only me.
Oh.
I do believe that the merch does ship worldwide, doesn't it?
Yes.
So yes, you can get merch in the UK. But yes, so huge shout out to Troy. He is such a talented graphic artist, and we very much told him, like, we're going to pay you for these designs, and he absolutely refused. So he refused all payment. He said just the experience of getting to make them was enough payment for him. But next time, if we would love to have him make more designs for us, and when he does, or if he decides he wants to, and this is going out into the public, Troy, so you can't walk this back. We're going to pay you to make designs for us, because you know, you wouldn't let us do it last time. We're going to do it this time, next time.
Does he want to draw me like one of his French girls?
Does he want to draw a bread loaf?
A bread loaf, yeah. Get him to draw the bread loaf.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Jason is a bread loaf. That's amazing.
For those of you that don't know, that's from an earlier episode of Paranormal Quest. That was during the pandemic, because we were trying to find places where we could go and investigate, and we went out to a nature preserve near it's in Belmont County, Ohio, called Egypt Valley. And Jason and I were investigating in the cemetery at the time, and there's a line of trees that goes across the edge of the cemetery, and we heard what sounded like movement in the trees. I mean, it was deer, fox, animal. What you know, it's more than likely an animal moving around in the tree line, in the foliage. But Jason just whipped around, and he said, if anything comes out of that tree line bigger than a bread loaf, I'm going to be up that tree.
Yeah, we had like an
love
apple tree
that
like right behind us.
quote. I
Jason,
love that quote.
Can we get a live reenactment?
Best I can remember it was something like, man, if something comes out of that tree line bigger than a bread loaf, I'm putting this free. Something like that, because my rule of thumb, usually that's for my rule of thumb for roadkill, is if I'm driving down the highway and there's an animal that runs out in front of me and I'm going 55, 60 plus, if it's bigger, if it's smaller than a bread loaf, it better get running. Because I'm not going to lose control of my car to save a squirrel's life. I hate to say that, but
That's right. So that's the unit of measurement for the danger that you're in is a bread loaf.
Yep. That's fair. That's a fair measurement.
Yeah. So that's something that we all need to implement in our daily lives. Is, you know, you're not in danger till whatever is coming at you is bigger than a bread loaf. Then you're in danger.
You always gotta keep your eyes peeled.
Always. So, Dave, do you want to go talk a little bit about, before we get into telling more stories, do you want to talk about what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I can talk about what I wanted to talk about a little bit. So mainly what I wanted to talk about is I wanted to make it a public apology to everybody who is watching, and also to Viva and Ryan. Mainly because I had said several months back that Coffee and Scream was coming back, and we were going to do Coffee and Stream at full steam. I had to make a rhyme there. But so some things have come up in my life, you guys. So since I was a teenager, I have always dealt with chronic pain, and I never really could target or nail down exactly what it is or what it was. And progressively through the years, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And the last 2.5 years, it's gotten even more worse. And then since November of 2025, it has gotten to a level that I really can't handle anymore. It's gotten excruciatingly bad. And basically what it is it I just every single day of my life, I wake up, oh, I got a visitor.
It's my baby boy.
We have Henry.
Hendrick Lamar.
There he is.
Yes.
It's Hendrick Lamar. Get down, buddy.
Henrique Iglesias.
That's right. That's him. Henrique Iglesias. So I've been going through this battle for many years trying to figure out what is wrong with me. And I haven't been able to figure it out. And I feel really bad because I've promised you guys many, many times that Coffee and Scream was coming back. I feel really bad because I'm not able to help like Ryan edit, and it makes me feel like a really bad person that I'm not able to help and do anything with that. And so basically every day for me for the last 2 months, or how long have we been back from Australia?
That was in late November. So that it's coming up on like 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah. So ever since we got back from there, I've been, I promise I'm not going to drone on too long with this, but ever since we got back from there, I've just steadily been going downhill further and further. And it's gotten to the point now to where, like, when I wake up in the mornings, I will go downstairs to get a cup of coffee or something. And just from doing that, I'm already beyond exhausted. And then I'm breathing hard. My heart rate is up just from walking downstairs to do things. And then on top of that, I have very, very bad insomnia, like staying up till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And when I do fall asleep, shut up, Viva.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
6'7", 6'7".
It was such a somber moment, and it was like so sad. He said, and I couldn't say it, but I was like, oh, it was 6'7".
You're all going to hell.
I love you so much. I love you so much. You know I love you. You know I love you.
I know.
I'm sorry. Okay, good.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But yeah, so like insomnia, I have chronic pain from the time that I wake up until I would say the time I go to bed, but it's even when I'm asleep as well. I have really bad anxiety, and then those that are close to me can attest to the fact that I have really bad depression. I've got an executive dysfunction order where, like, if I start telling you a story, like exactly what's happening right now, like I will start to tell a story and then my thought just, it's gone. It just disappears. And I have issues with that. I've got some brain fog. I get bad headaches. My vision has been blurry. And it's just been many, many different things. Like possibly I thought that it was fibromyalgia. So I got onto a medication for fibromyalgia. And it helps with everything except for the chronic pain, which is telling me that it's not fibromyalgia. Thought possibly it was Hashimoto's disorder, but I got that checked. It's not Hashimoto's. Thought it was my thyroid. Don't believe it's my thyroid. So right now I'm under the understanding that it might be iron deficiency anemia that I've been battling since I was a kid. And it's just gotten to the point now of where my body just can't take any more of it. So like, and I mean, you can ask Ryan, like when we're going and filming, like it's all that I can do to make it through one night of an investigation without completely just shutting down, like constantly in pain. And anyway, I'm not trying to drone on, but like, it's one of like, you can't explain it to somebody unless it's something that they've gone through themselves. And it's like, oh, well, you're just tired. You need to sleep more, get better sleep. It's not that. So yeah, that's something that I've really been struggling with lately. And the last 2 months has gotten to the point to where I can barely even get out of bed and do anything without just being completely exhausted. So it's like, I can't bring myself to focus. I don't have the energy to edit. I can't edit the podcast. I can't, like, even for this, Ryan was like, can you get a couple of like funny sound bites, sound clips for this? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And 4 days later, I gave nothing. And it makes me feel really bad. It makes me feel really shitty that I can't help Ryan out more. And I can't help to bring more content for you guys. So I just wanted to apologize. And also with Patreon, that was another thing, like Patreon, all of that stuff has gone to the wayside because I can't even function for myself, let alone trying to help other people with stuff or doing my job. So I'm trying to get it figured out. I'm trying to get back on my feet. We've got some big trips that are coming up, especially next month. I'm really worried about it, that I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah. And with that, that's the end of my story. I'm just going through a lot and I'm trying to get it figured out and trying to maybe get like, oh, that was the other thing is I have an MTHFR gene mutation, which sucks all of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients out of my body. And I can't replenish them. So I'm trying to find like a hematologist or somebody that I can work with to try and figure out what is going on with my body so I can get myself back on the road, because no 37-year-old should be feeling the way that I feel. And that's that. And I'm done running my mouth. And I just wanted to apologize to everybody for making promises that I can't keep, but I literally can't help it. So that's my rant.
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat there. Yeah, and so guys, it's really, I mean, from all fronts, we're doing everything that we can to keep content coming to you guys, and that's we've had some challenges as of late, like Dave said, and of course, you know, Dave and I have had many conversations behind the scenes to talk about it, and he knows that I want him to be healthy and happy before anything else. That's the first, that's the most important thing. You know, if it comes down to it, the channel bringing content doesn't mean anything if he's going to be in constant pain all the time and not be able to be happy in his life. So, which is advice that I should take myself. But, you know, I can dish out the advice, but not take my own advice. But, you know, so, you know, we thank you guys for understanding with, you know, certain things like that. And if you feel like you enjoy these live stream podcasts, live stream versions of the podcast, we can keep bringing these to you, because as long as we can sit in a chair and yap at you, we can keep bringing you this version of the podcast. And that makes it so that Dave can focus on making sure that he can get better and find the answers that he's looking for, and not be distracted and focused on editing podcasts, you know, the pre-recorded version of the podcast. So, but
yeah, and it makes you feel like the most
take your own advice.
It makes you feel like the most worthless person in the world, because like you guys, like, I have so many things that I want to do. Like, I want to travel, like, and I'm sure Ryan is sick of hearing me talk about this. I want to get a camper, and I want to like travel the world. I want to travel the United States.
Put that camper on a ferry and ship it across the ocean.
I was gonna say, I think the furthest you can go up is like northern Canada, and then maybe Panama Canal, but that's about as much as you're gonna get.
Yeah, that would be dangerous too.
Yes.
And like I want to do that. And I even promised that like on our vlog channel, and I just never got around to that. I want to get back into editing. I want to, like, not a lot of people know this, but I want to make music. I've been wanting to make music for a while, and I can't. It's like you wake up in the morning and then you turn your own power button off, but you're still awake. And that's the only way that I can explain it. And yeah. And I saw somebody mention POTS on here. I don't believe that I have POTS, but it is something that I've looked into. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt again.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I mean, and it's something that I'm trying to take my own advice. That's why we're on a live stream right now, and you're not watching a pre-recorded episode that I have edited this past week. And that is because I have been struggling for the majority of my life with anxiety. And I've always just ignored it. I had frequent panic attacks almost daily throughout my junior high school and high school career, and all the way up through college. And it kind of subsided there for a little while. But then as of recently, with just the workload of the channel and keeping up with a video a week and putting out an investigation, I mean, sometimes I'll spend 70 to 80, 90 hours a week editing to get an episode up for you guys. And just the stress of having to finish that puts a huge marker in the back of my head when anything else comes up. I mean, I cannot tell you the last time I went on vacation where the idea of going on vacation didn't send me into a panic attack, because that meant that I wasn't going to have time to put together an episode, because I wanted to produce content and put content out on the channel for everyone. Recently, when we filmed at McIntyre Villa, we were shooting B-roll, and Dave can attest to this because he was there and witnessed it. I had anxiety come on, and he even noticed it. He said, "Ryan, just chill out, calm down." And I said, "I'm about to have a panic attack." And then we went downstairs, and I had to lay on the floor for a half an hour as my hands and arms just shook. And that's why I, decided to try a different avenue. I had my first therapy session yesterday, and I am going to start doing that weekly, and going to try and get a handle on things. And if it ever gets to the point where I feel like at the beginning of a week of editing, or even if in the middle of editing an episode where I'm like, I am struggling very hard this week with my anxiety, it might just come to the point where we have to do a live stream like this, or we have to do a marathon.
It just, and as you can hear, I don't know if you could hear that, but Nova is very upset with Henry right now. She's growling at him.
Oh, you
but-
tell her to be nice.
I know. Be nice, Nova. So yeah, it's just something we're all working on, guys, and that's why we have this live stream going on right now rather than an episode. We know, and we are so grateful to have this channel, and we're so grateful to have built the audience that we did. And so we feel like because you come out and support us every week, it is an onus to us. It makes us feel like we have to push ourselves to give you more content and to keep you excited about the channel and coming back for more. But that mindset has put both Dave and I in a very, very difficult predicament with our physical health and our mental health. So we're going to start paying attention more to our bodies and our minds to try and keep us healthier, because as many of you have pointed out, this does not work if we collapse or we get so burnt out we feel like we have to give up. So if we take care of ourselves now, we'll be more excited to bring the content when it comes, and we won't feel like panicked or stressed, or we won't feel like we have to do it when we can't, you know. So yeah, that's just wanted to throw that out there. It's a little side tangent on the podcast. And I found this audio clip here.
Oh, Shelly.
Oh, thank you so much,
Thank
Shelley.
you so much, Shelly.
That is very kind of you. Thank you. And thank you, Sag. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sag. Much appreciated.
And sorry that I didn't respond to your message you sent me earlier this week. I was in full meltdown panic mode on Monday, as I had stated. Monday was like the worst day that I have had in years. So, but yeah, so I've been trying to distance myself from a lot of social media. I've been trying to shut my brain off and allow myself to kind of recoup. And so, but yeah.
Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I fucking hate you. I can't stand you. How dare you? Oh my gosh. You are really coming in clutch with all these damn audios, huh?
I am.
Thank you, Faithy.
Thank you,
He
Faithy.
had to, because I didn't get any.
Oh my
I was having fun with it yesterday and the day before, just finding little sound clips that I could put in.
And I love how most of them are like old Vine audios
Oh, I
as
know.
well. Like
We're not aging ourselves or dating ourselves here.
millennial cringe. Okay.
I know. If there's anyone younger than 27 in the chat right now, they're like, "What are these sounds?"
Why are you calling yourself a piece of garbage?
I don't get it. What's going on?
But there was a weird experience that we had. I think it was last week, and of course we want to talk from our own experience. And this is about Dave. You said you had something that you wanted to mention, that something that happened.
Yeah, but I forget what my buzzword was.
Well, I mean, it's like whenever you feel like you have a confrontation with someone, what do you have after that?
Yep.
Rage? Oh, yeah.
I beef.
I've got a beef with somebody.
Here we go, guys. Get ready. The drama's coming.
You ready for me to run my mouth and get myself in trouble like I always do?
Oh, spill the tea, bitch! Spill the tea.
Get on with it, man. Hey, do it.
All I heard from Jason was,
Do it.
Do it.
If you guys want some drama, some tea, put a 1 in the chat. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you with your gallbladder situation there. That can be tough. My sister just went through something like that, similar. So
You have to wear your Molly shirt to your surgery.
Yeah. Also, Connor, I see you in the chat. Don't think you're hiding from me.
So go ahead, Dave. Beef. And this is something that we said we were going to talk about because we it just really upset us. It really upset us, and we don't want someone else to fall to have a similar situation, a similar experience.
Yeah. So the situation I'm about to talk about, if that person or that place or that group sees this, or like somebody sends it to them, the only people that are saying this is me. This isn't coming from anybody else. This is just from me. But let's talk about Rolling Hills Asylum and how much of a joke that place is, and how much of a joke the owner is.
Ooh, hold on now. Let me get comfortable. Wait, hold on, bitch. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
We're gonna spill a little bit of tea here, and we're gonna talk about Rolling Hills Asylum. And like I said, if they are watching this, the only parties involved in me saying this are me. This is nobody else's opinion, nobody else's reflection, but my own. Sorry, I've got Henry fur all over me.
I was there to witness it, and I can back up the claims that Dave is saying because I was there whenever he was on this phone call. So
yeah, I just don't want anyone else or any other groups to get drugged through the mud for this. Because, but anyway, I had reached out to Rolling Hills Asylum to inquire about filming there, and as soon as this lady picked up the phone, I don't even remember what her name is. Doesn't matter. But she was rude from the get-go. Like, as soon as she answered the phone, she was, I mean, just rude.
Very confrontational, like immediately confrontational. And
Oh,
that was,
yeah.
like I said, I was there. I was listening to everything that happened. So confrontational immediately.
Yeah.
I wish you guys were recording.
I know.
We should have. I'm gonna let Ryan take over from here.
So
my brain is melting and I can't remember.
As the story goes, there was multiple emails that had been sent inquiring about an investigation there that we never heard back from. And so the first thing that Dave said when she picked up the phone was, "Hey, we had sent some emails, and I was just following up with a phone call to see if you had gotten our emails." And immediately she was like, "What emails? When? What was the name of the emails? I don't have an email under that name. Oh, I have an email under that name, but that just came yesterday." And immediately got very confrontational with him over an email. And he was like, "No, we're just trying to inquire. We just said we sent some emails. We'd love to talk to you on the phone and get this worked out." And
Yeah,
so
we just wanted to make sure that all of the travel plans were ironed out, so there was no confusion. And
yeah,
the other people had sent an email, I want to say 2 to 4 weeks before I reached out. So I'll put that out there. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. And so there was a whole back and forth that went on about how, the emails hadn't been sent or the emails had been sent. And, it was a way too long of a conversation about when the emails came through and what happened. So it was like, this is just irrelevant. And so she found the emails and then started going into the fact how she saw that we had a YouTube channel and how immediately outright told us, "I do not trust you. I do not trust you. You need to pay," which the price is the price. You have to pay whatever you have to pay, but you have to pay an extra filming fee. Fine. Nothing against that. No beef. No problem with the price. But then she said, "You will be followed around the entire time you're filming there by someone on staff." And Dave had just mentioned the other group and said, they had been there before, but we're trying to iron out their travel. And immediately she cut him off and she said, "I don't care whether they've been here before. That does not mean that I know them, and that does not mean that they can vouch for you." And immediately, just so angry and confrontational when we were being nothing but nice to this lady. And it really upset us that all we wanted to do was get to experience the history and the paranormal activity of that historical location. And we wanted to get to experience it and share it with everyone on the channel. But we were met with anger, animosity, and very much unprofessional behavior. And it got to the point to where Dave just said, "You know what? I'm not gonna go back and forth in this conversation anymore. If the other group wants to be a part of this investigation, they'll reach out to you." And then he hung up. And then she followed up with an email.
Yeah.
laying out, the exactly when she received the emails. Again, still going on about when she received these emails. It's like, it does not matter to us when you receive the emails. We were just calling to inquire because we wanted to investigate your location. And then laid out the pricing, which would have been almost $10,000. So
Stag, you wrong for that.
This lady wanted $4,500 for 8 hours
per group. So it would have been close to $10,000 for 2 groups to go in there and film
per group. Plus, each group had to have a filming fee. Plus, each group had to buy their insurance. So you're looking at over $10,000 to do an investigation there. And then this lady has the gall to go on social media and beg for donations for money for a new roof.
I gotta walk away for a moment. Hold on.
You could afford a new roof if you had affordable prices. A. B, you weren't rude to the people who wanted to come and film there. And C, had a little bit of like customer service etiquette.
Yeah, it was just so disheartening from the because, like I said, I've seen so many investigations on TV mostly, but I've seen so many investigations of Rolling Hills, and I would have loved to get a chance to go and investigate there. But after that one 3 to 5 minute phone call, that was checked off of our list from ever going there ever.
Yeah. Where my Vaseline? Let me take my shoes off. Who we fighting? Like, honestly. Because, girl.
Yeah. So we will never go there. And anybody who ever asks us if they should go there, we're going to say no. So,
yes.
No.
It was just so upsetting and disheartening.
I knew they charged pretty penny, $10,000, including insurance and film and all that. No place is worth that. No place is worth that for 8 hours. And if you're asking for that much money and you're going to talk to anybody like that in that tone, you're doing you've got it mixed up. You should be handing out massages, giving out cookies and everything. $10,000.
Happy endings? Like, come on now, girl.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah. And all I got to say is, like, normally I'm a very confrontational person, and I don't mind giving it back to the person, but she's lucky that I have a vitamin deficiency or something, because I did not have the energy to fight back with her. But oh my god,
she lucky she wasn't on the phone with me, because girl, we'd still be I get the last word. You ain't talking to me like that. You must not know.
Yeah. So that was just something we wanted to share with you guys. Normally we wouldn't come on here and drag people or places, but I feel like that was warranted.
Yeah.
She asked for that. Nova!
Baby! She's my baby girl. She's so beautiful. We got to say, Nova Scotia.
Can we get a squeak out of her?
I don't think so. She's not in the squeaking mood.
Oh.
But yeah, so for those of you that are watching, again, the location I'm sure is amazing. The asylum's history I'm sure is fantastic, but it was just uncalled for us to be talked to like that from Jump Street as soon as we called to inquire about coming for an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people have had bad experiences with YouTube channels in the past. Like, we get locations have had bad experiences with YouTubers who have come in and claimed demons and faked things and screamed, and but there's plenty of other options for figuring out a foolproof plan, like, I don't want to bring up anyone else's name, but I will say that there's a location owner in Tennessee who owns multiple haunted hospitals down there, who has a really good plan, which is watch the video before they're allowed to release it. So make it a part of the contract to where, when a group comes in to film a YouTube video, it's in the contract that you have to send them a link to the video for them to watch before you're allowed to upload it to their YouTube channel. That seems like a very fair thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But to outright just scream. She wasn't screaming, but she was very aggressively ranting over the phone about how I don't trust you. And just because I have had these other people come in and investigate here before, that doesn't mean I know them, and that doesn't mean they can vouch for you. And it was just my blood started boiling as I was listening to the conversation. And I have a very high tolerance for let's say, yeah, thank you, Cheryl.
You keep hearing comments from the peanut gallery.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. I have a very high tolerance, but I was about ready to just come into the room that Dave was in and start saying stuff.
Yeah, I promise you, because Rolling Hills is like what, upstate New York, like near Niagara Falls, right?
I think so.
Yeah, around that area.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, she needed a real New Yorker to talk to her, because bitch, I'm from Brooklyn and she would have had a real big problem talking to me like that. I promise you that. Because ain't no motherfucking way you gonna sit here and act like your shit don't stink.
Yeah, I wish you would have been here, Viva.
Oh, I wish I was. Because I would have took that phone from you with your vitamin deficiency and everything. I would have been like, let me give it here. Give it here. I would have
Tell her what.
Connor said he ain't gonna be blocking you. He promised. Okay, thank you. There you go.
All right.
For those of you that don't know,
real quick, I need to excuse myself. I'll be right back.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, that did happen during a live stream one time.
My light died.
Oh no. The light died. Viva's light died. Now she's got this really bright, blinding, ethereal light behind her.
Oh, that's true. I could be like,
I don't have a sound for that.
It's okay. I'll just move it and it'll be like really.
But Viva was on the live stream and she was doing what she does, as you heard. She was, using curse words, and Cheryl just happened to say in the chat, "Stop cussing." And as she should, because she's her mother, she has every right to tell her daughter to stop cursing. And Connor blocked her, and Cheryl has never forgiven him.
She really has. What you said, Ma?
Yes, he did. He blocked.
And she was blocked, and she called me talking about, why did somebody block me? Blah, 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 blah. And then the guys noticed that they blocked her, and obviously, like, she was fussing about it. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Viva blocked your mom. I'm sorry. How do I undo it? It was so funny. It was so funny. I know you. Listen, Ma, he says sorry. He's still saying sorry.
Okay, baby, I forgive you.
Oh, yay!
We got that on recording. You can't take it back.
We got some
No,
applause.
you're good. You're not grounded anymore, Connor. You're good.
And there we go. So,
Problem
but yeah.
solved.
So let's jump into a little bit of some stories of crazy.
Wait. Ezra said that it's $116 to do a self-guided tour there at Rolling Hills.
Ooh, that's expensive.
Wonder how.
I see what they're saying. If you bought 8 separate self-guided tours, it would be $116.
Oh, okay. I read that wrong. I was like, there's no fucking way. Okay.
So,
real quick before we move on, I need to excuse myself to the room.
Oh, okay, absolutely, yes. And when you get back, we can tell some behind the scenes stories of investigations and things that were rather interesting, things that happened to us that didn't make the cut of Paranormal Quest, because there's a lot of stuff that's gone on behind the scenes. And those of you that are watching, you may not have heard all these stories, because I mean, we've had many experiences, like having strange men stumble out of the woods and ask us how we wanted to die. We've had
we've accidentally wandered into the wrong Airbnb and we're walking around in someone else's house when we thought we were in the correct Airbnb. I mean, the stories go on and on with these investigations and stuff that happen behind the scenes that never made it, never made the cut. And so when Jason gets back, we'll talk more about that.
Are we going to commercial break? Because I also got to take a fat pee. Sorry, that sounded crazy, but
me and Ryan will stay here. You guys go ahead.
I'm gonna drop my croissant.
Shut up! Oh my god. Okay, I'll be back.
Oh, I didn't mean to remove her.
You didn't mean to remove who?
Viva.
Oh, I did.
Oh, I see. I thought I removed her from the whole thing. Sorry.
No, Jason went backstage on his own, but I figured just so there was not an empty chair there. So
why are they calling me Eminem?
I don't know. I didn't even see that. I should have gotten that one. That was one that I should have downloaded, Mazzy. I didn't get the he needs some milk. Do any of you live in haunted houses, or have you been followed by a ghost? That is a great question, Michelle. So actually, we did investigate the house that we are in right now. Sorry, Nova's fur is flying all in front of my face. We did investigate this house because the house that we're currently living in was built sometime before 1900, and there are 2 confirmed deaths inside this house. And we've had creepy experiences in this house. I remember as soon as we moved in, I mean, it was both Miranda and Dave smelled like someone was cooking breakfast in the house when nobody was awake yet. It was like first thing as soon as they woke up, they smelled like bacon and eggs and toast and, like someone was cooking a full breakfast downstairs.
That's happened a couple of times for me.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. You tell them about when you saw the shadow that would have been right here behind me.
Yeah, so actually, I know Jason was there. Was Viva and Miranda there? I can't remember, but
I think Viva was there.
Okay.
And I don't know about Miranda, to be honest. You don't quote me on that, but I think she was.
Okay. Well, you could tell me yes, and I wouldn't remember anyway. But we were all standing in the dining room, and I happened to just glance just beyond whoever was talking to me, and I could see into the area where Ryan is sitting right now, and I just saw the shadow of an elderly lady walk. It would have been from left to right. I was trying to figure out how to describe it in your setting, but it would have walked back towards that curio cabinet that's behind Ryan right there. And yeah, I mean, just very creepy.
Yeah, and I remember when we had shortly it was during that investigation that we did here that we filmed for the channel. We had a really creepy experience. We were all standing kind of in the entryway between the dining room and the living room, and it sounded like this really raspy and all 3 of us heard it. Dave, Miranda, and I, all 3 heard it. Obviously, Dave doesn't remember because the look on his face is as if he's hearing this for the first time. But yeah, and what was even weirder about that was as we were researching the history of the house, one of the ladies that passed away here actually died of pneumonia in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very creepy experience. So, but we've lived in haunted houses for a long time, and we've had experiences where stuff followed us home. I mean, I remember I worked at the haunted house one night at the Penitentiary in Moundsville. Steve and I were working in the Sugar Shack, and that night after I was done working, I went home. We went to the Sanford School because Paulie and Dave were investigating there with Mountaineer Paranormal at the Sanford School after that. And we had some creepy experiences there, but then I went back, and at the time I was just I think I was 16, 17 years old. So I was living with my mom, and I remembered seeing this girl that I was dating at the time was over at the house, and she was across the room from me, and I was kind of just laying down on the floor, and I looked over at her, and I saw what looked like someone on their hands and knees crawling behind the couch, but it was like a shadow crawling across the floor, which was really creepy.
Yeah. I know
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know that Jason has a really creepy story from when we all lived at 731. Before we went to Crescent?
It was before we went to the cursed cabin, but also, Jason, you have to tell your story about the baby monitor. Oh, your mic's
You're
not
muted.
on, I don't think. Tap the back of the... If there's a red light on the back of the mic...
It's showing me that it's on.
Okay.
Now it is.
Now it's on.
Okay, I got it.
Your volume's also a little low.
Okay, if you can turn me up, this is as high as it goes on mine.
It sounds okay there.
Okay. Well, so first of all, the baby monitor. Yeah, that's a crazy story. So that was actually that was from an investigation of Paranormal Quest. Even though, I mean, we were already still friends and investigating together. That was 2012, 2013. A friend of mine in vocational school, his aunt, who he was living with, she was having some really weird things going on in her house, and she was living with, she had like her grandbabies living with her, grandson and granddaughter, and they were both like 4 and 6 years old respectively. And a lot of the activity was centered around them and seemed to kind of target the kids. And so she told Zach, again, her nephew, my friend, because he had told her about me. And so I'm trying to remember her name. We'll just call her Kathy. And Kathy told Zach, get a hold of your friend Jason, see if he can come in. I would like to get rid of whatever this is. And so me and an old friend of mine, Lori, we went, and Lori was psychic. The guys met Lori. Lori was the only person I've ever met that I could truly say had some abilities. Anyway, so we went, we did a walkthrough, we did an interview with her, kind of got a feel of the house. We were only there a few hours. We ended up going back another 3 or 4 nights over the course of a month or so. Never had a lot of activity. We did have we had some movement of some furniture and things like that we could detect, because so get this is how old school I was. I was pouring salt on the floor around the legs of the furniture to see if it moved, and it's actually, I've got a photo of it. It was one of my earliest Instagram posts. Anyway,
thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So what Dave is referencing, the baby monitor, this was, I believe, our 3rd night there, our final investigative night. And I believe I was by myself that night there with Kathy and the grandbabies. And Kathy and I were in her bedroom talking, taking a break, because that was the only room in the house she smoked in. She would keep the doors closed, keep the smoke away, obviously, from the kids. And right next to her bed on the nightstand was a baby monitor, and in both rooms. And all of a sudden, we're just kind of decompressing, talking about random stuff. We start hearing the little boys start whimpering and crying. And our attention shifted to the baby monitor. We look, it's kind of grayscale. We see him on his mattress. It was up against the corner of the room, up against the wall. And we start to see his body turning sideways, and his legs started going up the wall. He started becoming inverted. His crying got more intense. He was obviously very distraught, very scared. And the best way I can describe it is, over a period of, it felt like forever, it was probably 8 or 9 seconds, It was as if someone was hanging upside down from the ceiling and grabbed this little baby boy by his ankles and started pulling him up the wall, inverting his body. And we're watching this, and all of a sudden it got to a point where he was so far up the wall where his hips came off the bed. This was physically impossible for, I would almost say, just about anyone, but especially a youngin' like this. You just can't do it. I mean, his arms are flailing at his side, you know. And we both, like, she started crying a little bit because she was in abject shock, as was I. I couldn't believe this shit that we're watching. You know, and it happened so quick. Fortunately, I don't have a video of it. So as it's happening, she throws her cigarette down in the tray, and I go to the door. She follows me. Well, she beat me to the door because all of a sudden he just went limp and went back down on the bed. But he was held upside down. His neck was on the mattress. I would say a couple seconds. And we went in there, and she started to console him, and thankfully he calmed down pretty quickly. That's one of those things. I'm sure we all have those things. We regret not having a camera out rolling at the time. That would be my top 3. I will maybe number 1, because that is, you know, high level. I like to call it high levels of strangeness. You know, I have yet to. I've thought about that a lot. I don't know how in the hell that kid did that. So whatever was in that house obviously was very evil. I'm kind of shy of the word demonic. I believe, I don't know, maybe they exist. I believe in positive and negative energy, love and light. Ultimately, after that night, I realized the magnitude of what was going on. The next visit, you know, we decided to try and find a resolution. I told her the options I could help her with. I said, depending on your faith, I can get a hold of a minister, or I've got a bunch of sage and you know, Palo Santo and you know, all this. She wanted to do the sage route, so I brought a bunch of sage in, burnt sage. She walked through the house as I'm burning it, and she was repeating affirmations. This is my house. You're not to live here. You're not to, you know, bother my family. She kept repeating that as I instructed her in each room as I'm burning the sage. The smoke was so full in that house, we had to open every door. The kids were not there this evening. Mm-hmm. We had to open every door. It looked like the house was on fire. There's so much sage smoke coming out. It actually seemed to make a dent in the activity for a couple weeks, because I checked with her a couple times for the following weeks. Finally, it started coming back again. She was so traumatized and scared of how worse it could come back. She one evening called me and told me, said, Jason, just so you know, I'm living over in another town. She said, I had my brother come over and set the double wide on fire. And they literally burnt that house to the ground. I thought she was putting me on. This house was like 15 minutes from me. I drove over there. It was actually still smoldering.
Wow. That
That's crazy.
answers the question or the comment that a lot of people were putting in the chat of like, nope, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down.
Yeah,
that's what she did.
Yeah.
I wonder, so is there anything standing there now, I wonder? And I wonder if it's haunted.
Oof, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there on it. Well, I probably delivered there over the years for Christmas with ups, but yeah, I don't know. I can't recall. But at the time, all that was left was like the cinder block columns. It was still smoldering.
That's crazy. And Jason, you may have to turn your wind cyclone fans off there because it's getting a lot of wind noise.
Oh, really?
Through on your mic, yeah. So I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to let you finish your story before I told you, but you may have to do that and turn those fans off, or at least turn them down or point them the other direction.
The wind turbine.
Okay. By chance, does this sound better?
You can still hear them in the background. That's pretty loud.
Okay. Just give me 1 second here.
Okay.
For those of you, while he does that, for those of you that don't know, Jason is always in front of a fan. He travels with at least 1 or 2 fans. It's become a routine, and he, as you could hear from his story there, he was currently in the midst of a cyclone in his room there. So
I'm the same way. The more fans, the better.
Honestly, same.
I don't have
I
any
run
fans.
hot.
Me too.
What did your mom say?
She said, "Where them fans at?" It's a song.
Oh.
Some of y'all might know it. Some of y'all, and then you do the fan and pop, pop, pop. Yeah.
So let me just add Jason back here.
Okay, so hopefully that's better. I turned one of the 2 fans off. I left the quieter of the 2 on. So
yeah, it is. It
I
is
turned
better.
off one of the 18 fans. Hopefully that's better.
That's right.
And we can hear you a lot louder and clearer too. So I think it was
Yes.
because the noise reduction on the program and on the microphone was trying to reduce the noise of the fans. It was kind of filtering your voice out as you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Does this sound good here?
It does, yes.
Okay,
I can
sweet.
actually, now that you did that, I can actually turn you down a little bit.
Sweet.
What do you guys leave us a 1 over there in the chat if you also have to have a fan on at all times?
Yeah.
'Cause that is definitely me.
Oh, Troy is here now. Troy, we gave your merch designs a shout out, and everyone loves it.
Troy!
And for
Where's
those
he?
that are watching, remember 25% off right now on paranormalquestmerch.com. You can go over and get yourself 25% off anything from the merch store as long as we're live here. So
Wait, I don't know which one is Troy, but I was gonna ask him. Okay, Troy, if you're still here, I said this earlier, but I'm gonna tell it to you to your face, to your eyeballs. You gonna paint me like one of your French girls?
now you have a new design you need to do, Troy. You need to do a Viva design.
Not that moment. That was a hot mess. But you know what I'm saying. I don't know which one is Troy.
Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, there it is. There he is. Oh, sorry.
Oh!
Miranda got to it before me, and then I actually closed it out. There's Troy. So yeah, Troy is the one who did all the artwork for the merch, and so make sure you leave some love in the chat for Troy and his very talented art skills, because he also makes the shirts for Adelaide Haunted Horizons, both for their tours and for the events and the channel, the YouTube channel. Like he does a lot of good work, a lot of great work, not just good.
Troy,
good, I think, is an understatement.
You are very talented, sir. I must say. No, vegetable man. Victoria, you get that out of there. You delete that comment right now. She said Viva with the vegetable. No.
So should we tell the story? And then we'll let Viva tell a story too of something crazy that happened to her on an investigation. But should we tell them?
I do have one. Yeah.
Should we tell them the story of the cursed cabin the second time that we went?
Yeah, we can tell them that.
See, when you mentioned, well, I don't want to say not that it mattered. When you mentioned 731, I was like thinking, which time?
Oh.
Because we had a bunch of stuff happen there in North Wheeling.
I think we should have him tell that story.
Yes, yeah. I think he's talking about before we went to the cursed cabin and you woke up and saw that really weird thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is creepy.
I've heard it before, and I have to use the restroom, so I'm going to take a quick restroom break.
Okay.
Thank you, Ruby Red, for your super chat. So the night before our first time at the cursed cabin, I was sleeping downstairs in the living room. I was on the couch. It's up against street side wall, so I've got a little bit of ambient light from the street lights glowing in through the curtains. Otherwise, it's pretty dark in there. But I woke up. I'd been asleep for a couple hours. I woke and 7 feet in front of me, I see this solid dark figure, like a humanoid-like silhouette, walking to my left, like heading towards the door that leads out into the hallway that takes you out to the stairs upstairs and the front door. And it was moving kind of slow, not making any noise in hindsight, which granted the floor was carpeted in that living room, but still, if you remember, like, you know, it kind of, you could hear weight shifting on that carpet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was absolutely convinced that it was Dave, that he had came downstairs to use the bathroom. Well, no, there's a bathroom upstairs, to maybe get a drink of water, whatever. And I was so convinced that I had made this weird, funny little noise. It's kind of one of our thousands of inside little lines that we throw at each other occasionally. And I just made a weird noise like, oh, you know, or something like that, you know, anticipating a response from Dave, like a chuckle, a laugh, or, you know, whatever. There's nothing. It was totally quiet. It just keeps moving, and went through the doorway into the hall. I thought, he obviously didn't hear me. So I lay there and I thought, you know, like, I don't know. I just thought, I'm just going to keep watching. And I'll see his feet going up the stairs and back to his room. Ample time later, I knew Dave would have already been on the stairs. I'd never seen anything. I was like, that's odd. I didn't want to get up and check because I knew it was Dave. I thought maybe he's looking out the front door. And I thought, that's odd, though. So just in case, I'm going to lean around just to have a better view looking in through the kitchen door on the other side of the living room to see the time. And on the stove, it was like 3 something. I want to say 3:23 in the morning. Next morning, we're packing up, loading the car up. We're getting ready to head down south, 4 hours south to Logan County in the middle of the coal fields, and for the cabin. And I said to Dave, yeah, I spoke to you this morning. You didn't hear me, I guess. They was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, it was like 3:30 in the morning. You came walking out of the kitchen. Dave's like, I didn't leave my room from the time that I went to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like,
Ew.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a creepy house.
That was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that house was very creepy, and whether it was something from the house or whether it was, you know, something. I mean, there's lots of theories of just, you know, with that cabin, and, you know, we've had crazy stuff happen at that cursed cabin. So, like, it was weird that it happened the night before we went to that cabin. So, which then that bridges us into the story of the second time we went to the cursed cabin. And for those of you that don't know, the cabin is no longer there. So it was an undisclosed location because it was almost like a private residence, but they didn't live there anymore. But the family that owned the cabin believed that the cabin was cursed. People would go down and live in the cabin, and the family thought anyone that ever tried to live in that cabin died in the cabin or shortly after. And any family members that passed away, they would have their funeral inside this cabin. But they believed the curse came from the cabin itself. Was built from timber on the land, and it was built by the grandfather of the family, who was long deceased. But he apparently had been a I guess a high up leader in the Ku Klux Klan, and he would murder people. Allegedly, this is what the family told us. The family told us these stories. Allegedly, he would murder people and bury them in the basement of the cabin. And then they believe there was some sort of curse that was started with that was on the family. And they seriously felt like that cabin was cursed. And when you can watch our investigations there, Jason had weird scratch marks show up on his back. Our friend Renee found this Israeli coin in her pocket, an Israeli shekel she found in her coat pocket, which she'd never seen before in her life. She reached into her pocket and suddenly there was a coin in there, and she was kind of like, oh, I have money. I didn't know that. Pulled it out. It was a coin from Israel, which was really creepy. Mm-hmm. And then 3 days after that, she was in the hospital with symptoms of a heart attack, which was a pattern with the cabin. They said that like 3 days after people left that cabin, and they had another scenario of that where this local man asked them, can I go down and strip copper from that cabin? And they told him, no, don't go near that cabin. Don't go anywhere near that cabin. Well, he still went down and tried to strip copper out of the cabin, and then they found him in a ditch, and he had an overdose 3 days after he went in there to strip copper out of it. It was a really, really creepy place. So we went there twice, and we made the first time we were there, it was a 3-part investigation series. And then when we went back, it was just a single video. Thank you so much, Mary Beth.
Yay! Yeah.
And I will. The creepiest thing that happened there, though, I mean, it was very creepy the first time we went because they were shooting guns, maybe I would say like 25 yards from the cabin at night in the dark. When we were in there, we were trying to go through stories and telling stories, and we just heard like loud gunshots that shook the whole cabin right outside. And I remember Jason and Dave, you guys were on the porch, and Steve and I were in there filming, and we came running out and we're like, what was that? And Dave, just blinded by the camera light, goes, I don't know, somebody's shooting guns.
Oh my gosh.
And it was high caliber too.
Yeah, it was a rifle. It was like a hunting rifle.
Wow.
So, which, you know, you're not really even supposed to be shooting off guns at night, you know, so.
We went there more than twice. Someone
Well,
said that we went there twice, but yeah, we went there way more than twice.
Well, Jason and Steve and I went, well, no, because Steve went there a third time. I've only been there twice.
Yeah.
You guys went there a bunch before we ever started doing Paranormal Quest and had some creepy experiences. Do you want to touch on those, Dave? I remember the stories from when you told me.
Okay.
If you want me to tell them.
Go for it.
So, and
Thank
from,
you, John.
Thank you so much, John, from Polly telling these stories. So there was the first time, this was well before we started Paranormal Quest. This was before I ever met Polly and Dave. So they investigated there as Mountaineer Paranormal. And I think it was because, didn't Polly go to a local convention and meet her at a convention of some kind and got her contact information from that? Like, as a part of Mountaineer Paranormal, she gave her a card for Mountaineer Paranormal and got in touch that way.
I think it was all online.
Was it all online?
I think.
So, well, that would have been before the internet, really, before people were on social media. Because this is like the late 90s.
It was email, she said.
Oh, it was email. So, okay, so they sent an email. Okay. So they sent an email to Polly, and they went to investigate there, heard all the stories and everything, and there was
the internet.
Well, not before the internet, but I meant before social media.
Wait, before the internet? Oh my god.
Before social media is what I meant to say. Before people just like reached out on Facebook, you know. Thank you, Wanda, for gifting a membership. Whoever got it, thank LaWanda there, and thank you, Amira, for the super chat.
Thank you.
And so they went and they investigated in the cabin the first time they were there, and that was before the cabin had caught on fire. So it was actually in livable condition. And if I remember correctly, as the story goes, I remember you guys, there was one time you went down there to investigate, and there was someone who was living in the cabin currently. It was a gentleman, and you thought he had a TV on because he was screaming at someone, and you could hear like talking back, and you thought he had a TV on inside the cabin because you heard multiple voices in there, and he was drunk and intoxicated, and eventually the family got him to leave, and you guys went in there, and there was no TV inside the cabin.
Right. Yeah.
So who was talking back to him was a mystery. Who the other voices were that you guys were hearing from outside was a mystery. And so you guys went in to investigate, and well, of course you hear the stories cursed, you know, the cabin, as you heard from when we were there, you know, the cabin will try and kill you. Don't go into the cabin 3 days later, you know, all these crazy stories. And so when they were there investigating it, you guys never separated. You guys were always in the same room. And if you had to use the bathroom, it was someone screaming at him. So it was someone screaming at him, but he was the only one in there. So they heard someone screaming at him.
Wow.
And so they were investigating, and if they went to the bathroom, but they all had to go as a group. So they would wait in a line outside the bathroom door. Now, that was a wood stove to heat that place. And it was one of those wood stoves. If you have a wood stove, you know there's the door on the front of it has a latch, and so you put the wood in, you light it. If you've ever operated a wood stove, you close it, turn the handle down. It was latched shut. And so they were in the bathroom, and when they came back into the room with the wood burner, the wood stove, the whole door, the latch had been flipped up, and the door was wide open, and there was just smoke pouring into the room. And that was not the only occasion in which they had really crazy stuff happen where they felt actually threatened by the cabin.
Yeah, and that was the place where one of the only times that I've ever seen a dowsing rod session that I actually believed, because my Aunt Lucy, before she passed away, she was doing a dowsing rod session in there, and they were communicating with a spirit who I also think was named Lucy.
Yes, Lucy was supposedly either like a child or whatever they called the curse.
Okay. And I remember her doing that, and you could hear an electrical zap in the air, and she went like that, and she had like scorch marks on her fingers from that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And someone else, I see Cassie said there, it wanted to burn itself down. Well, what's even creepier is as I said, that's kind of foreshadowing in a way, because later on, between those investigations and the investigations where we went back and filmed for Paranormal Quest, the cabin caught on fire. Now, the thing is, there was no electricity attached to the cabin. No one was living in it at the time. The only explanation of is that someone wandered all the way down through there and just lit it on fire. But the whole kitchen was completely burned out by the time we went to investigate there. So
They weren't burning it down for insurance, I can tell you that.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been worth much if they had burned it down for insurance. It was just a tiny little wooden handmade cabin. And somehow the cabin caught on fire and nearly burned to the ground. They saved, I would say, like 60% of it from the fire, but almost the entire upstairs was scorched. I mean, the whole back of the kitchen was burned out, and it was just in really bad shape and exposed to the elements after that. But so we go back, we filmed the first time, had really creepy experiences with Jason getting scratched, capturing voices, the coin with Renee, and her having that really scary scenario of going to the hospital with symptoms of a heart attack. The second time we go back, it was the quietest night that we had ever had there. But what the creepiest thing that happened that night was we were outside taking a break, and we had set up some tables out there, and there was like one of those pop-up canopy tents, right? So in case it had rained, because there was rain in the forecast, we would have a place to get out from under the rain. And there was some food and stuff and snacks that Polly and Renee had brought that were all underneath of this little canopy tent. So we're sitting out there, and it's Jason, Dave, Steve, myself, Polly, Renee, and we're just talking, and all of a sudden we look up and we see a light coming down through the woods. And we think, there's not a house up there. The house is over here. Who's coming from over here in the woods? And so we watch this light come down all the way through the trees, and it pops out into the clearing, and you can see a silhouette attached to this light. And he's coming closer and closer and closer. And the closer he gets, we start to realize he has a cane or a walking stick that has a flashlight fashioned to it. So he had fashioned the flashlight to the cane or walking stick itself. And he comes walking right up to us really slow. The man was probably, I would say, in his 70s or 80s maybe. Never had seen this man, didn't know who he was. And I think Polly did some digging after the fact, and Polly, correct me in the chat, but did you ever find out who the man was? But so he comes up to us, and in that part of the state of West Virginia, especially up in the mountains, that's like where the mountain people, that's like they have a very distinct dialect that is very difficult to understand. And so Polly, through her many conversations with the lady who had owned the cabin and her contact with getting us in there, okay, it was a relative of the owner, apparently.
Okay.
So, but they have a very distinct dialect, and Polly, through her many conversations, had become very good at deciphering what it is they were saying, because sometimes it was very difficult with how thick their accent was. You couldn't always make out exactly what they were saying. So we're sitting there, and we go through a very brief conversation. Are you guys catch anything in there? He asks us, and we say, no, not yet. We just started. And we asked him, we said we had heard that there was people that are buried down in the basement. Is that true? And he said, yeah, that's true. That's true. And then out of the blue, he just looks up at us, deadpan expression, and he says, if you had to choose how you were going to die, how would you die? And I remember, Jason, you started squirming. And like,
my lizard brain kicked in like fight or flight.
That bread loaf came walking down the path there.
My God.
Damn straight. I mean, it's giving me anxiety just from thinking about it.
And I remember Steve had a pocket knife in his pocket that he was using to help set up the tent and everything. And he kind of reached towards his pocket like, what is this guy going to do? And here we were like, we tried to, I guess, placate him in a way. We're like, oh, of old age, in our sleep, peacefully.
Man, I remember Ryan, I think was the first, because there was like, you could hear crickets chirping for like 5 seconds after he asked us that question. Because of course I'm thinking, and you, I think, first entertained him with an answer. And I believe, if I recall right, you said that you would like to fall from a big height to enjoy the view on the way down.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. I tried to think of the best explanation that I could give where there was nothing around right now that would be able to achieve that goal.
You see, y'all better than me, because if I was in that situation, first of all, it reminds me of The Hills Have Eyes. Immediately. Second of all, why would I even be near or in a cabin where some KKK member was out there doing some nefarious shit, allegedly, you know what I mean? And third of all, as soon as he would have said that, I would have been like, let me get my black ass out of here. There would not have been a 5-second pause. There would not have been some sort of like, well, let me think about that. No. Where's the car? I'll sit in the car while y'all do y'all thing. Peace out. And I'm locking the door, and I gotta. Nope. I'm gonna have a blip. Nope.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where, like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I was trying to mentally think, well, okay, there's 4 of us guys here. We can take this guy tomorrow. I'm sizing this guy up.
Right. And in my opinion, I'm like, I understand that this man was in his 70s. He had a cane with a flashlight, but he walking through the woods in the middle of the night. Up to y'all, you don't know who else out here watching and creeping around and doing this and doing that.
Lined up in the woods.
Exactly. Yeah. He ain't too old to get his damn chest caved in. I would have kicked him right in the sternum, broke that shit, shattered like glass, and then I would have grabbed him and used him as a shield and been like, because you know what it is. Every horror movie, well, not every horror movie, there's like a handful of horror movies where, we don't go first, but we always go first in the horror movies. So I'm not taking no chance. I'll take his old ass and use him as a human shield. I don't give a damn.
Well, yeah, and if you think about it too, what was running through my brain is like, when we were here last time, we heard someone firing off rifles right next to the cabin when we were here. It's like, who knows what could have happened? So like Jason, Jason's lizard brain kicked in a little quicker than everyone else's, but
I felt pretty safe because Steve was there and he's like an immovable force, but
yeah, that's true.
But I mean, like Viva said, if there were people like lined up in the woods, it wouldn't matter. But
right.
It was definitely a freaky situation. And I will be right back. Sorry.
Yes.
Listen, immovable force, I would have had to jump behind him too. Sorry.
And so should we tell him the story of Egypt Valley too, Jason, with the lady screaming?
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, of course y'all can explain it better than I could, because 85% of that I was laying on the floorboard of your car with the doors locked.
See, that would have been me right there.
Wishing I had a firearm.
Yeah, so this was when we were up in Egypt Valley, and so we went out there because, again, it was the pandemic. We had nowhere to investigate. Most locations were closed, and so we didn't have any locations we could go to, and there was a story of Eliza Fox was her name. Eliza Fox was a young lady back in the late 1800s who was murdered by her fiance on her walk home from school, I believe it was. And she was young because that was back in the day when, they would, almost 30-year-old men would get engaged to like 13, 14-year-old girls, right? So So she was on her way home from school, and her fiance ended up murdered. Horrible story, just absolutely horrible story. So we kind of split up. Dave and Steve went out to where her the site where she was actually killed, and then Jason and I were at the cemetery. Well, while Dave and Steve were out there at the site, this car pulls up and just starts screaming at them. Just starts screaming and like, are you trying to conjure her? You need to let her rest. And just going on and on. And we're like, we're not trying to conjure anything, ma'am. We're trying to, you know, is what Dave and Steve told her. We're just trying to, if there is activity here, we're trying to capture it. We're not trying to summon her to this space. You know, if she's not here, she's not here. But this lady was just screaming on and just letting the profanities fly. And then eventually just started driving down the road a little bit. Dave and Steve were like, okay, maybe we should head back to the cemetery, meet up with Ryan and Jason. So they come back, and that was after the bread loaf thing happened. And Jason and I, and so the last thing we wanted to do that night was, unfortunately, Eliza Fox's headstone had been, just through age and through erosion, had crumbled, and the whole headstone had fallen off. So it was like almost like a monolith style headstone, like a single pillar with a base, and the pillar had fallen over. Or no, it was a flat tombstone, wasn't it? But it was big.
It was rather large.
It was big and heavy, but it had fallen over. And so we were in the process of trying to lift this heavy, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. We were trying to lift this headstone and set it back upright so people could see Eliza's grave marker and it wasn't laying down on the ground. And sure enough, as we're trying to lift this headstone back up to get it back upright, we see the car start to pull up again. And I think that was the point, Jason, when you went to the car, wasn't it?
Yeah, because she kind of like inched up. We seen her headlights through the tree line. And I just had a sinking feeling, it's this bitch again. and don't get me wrong, folks. Like, to everyone who's listening, there's no mistake. She was methed out.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She was on some sort of intoxicating drug. She was on something. She was sped up. And so Jason goes to the car, and we would find out later that he was laying on the floorboard of the back seat trying to be
when bullets start flying in a vehicle, that's probably the safest position I could be in.
And she started screaming at us. I mean, profanity. She's like, I knew I'd find you mother effers here. And just starts screaming and screaming and screaming. And she parked right beside the vehicle that Jason was in, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And so
my God.
And then Steve starts screaming back at her, you know, because we're trying to convey to this lady that we're not investigating now. We're just trying to get this poor girl's headstone back upright. And Steve and this lady are just screaming back and forth and back and forth to the point where I was like, oh my God, there's going to be some sort of physical confrontation here. Because Steve at the time, he was very hot-tempered, we'll say. And so he was not having any of it from this lady, and he was just screaming at her. And eventually she just decided she was going to leave, and after she pulled away, we're like, okay, we got the headstone back up, let's get out of here. And that was when we discovered Jason's hiding spot. Hiding on the floorboard of the car.
Well, don't forget.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I was going to say, well, don't forget that there were also 2 random bystanders that were there while we were there, and they heard the whole thing go down.
They did. Yeah, there were these, because we weren't the only ones investigating in the cemetery that night. There was a couple that was there, and I wish I remembered their names, but they were there when we got there. So.
Yeah, what I was going to say was Crystal Metheny was acting up.
She was.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess her heart was in the right place, because I'm sure there are a bunch of kids that go out there and try and do seances out there and stuff, and maybe
it's a party area.
Yeah, there's kids go out there and drink and do seances, and it's the famous place where all the teenagers are like, this place is haunted. So teenagers go out there after dark to drink and party and have a ghost experience. And so in her defense, that is the usual crowd that's out there. So yeah, but we definitely have in our days crossed paths with quite a few characters, to say the least.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. I've got a good story real quick if you want.
Yeah, go for
it. And I think what time are we going to wrap up?
I mean,
like
10
10
I really
o'clock?
didn't. Yeah, we can wrap up at 10. I really didn't have a wrap up time, but I mean, I'm sure everyone wants to get on with their night.
I just don't want to make sure I drone on too long here, but I remember, and I'm sure my mom will remember this story, but we were doing this was before Paranormal Quest, I believe, but we were doing an investigation in Clarksburg, and this guy had us come over. It was I don't know, it was early evening or something like that, and he had us come over, and it was me and mom and an old friend of ours, and we went in there, and this guy was just, you could tell just from meeting him that he was not right. And he just all of a sudden just left us there alone in his house, and he just left. And he was like, I gotta go, I forget what it was, pick somebody up or do something. But this man had like swords, and I don't know if there were these on there or not. I can't remember. But this guy, I mean, you could just tell he wasn't right. But we looked on his mantle, and there was just like 45 prescription bottles of like lithium and this and that and this and that. And we were like, yep, we're getting all of our stuff, and we are getting out of here. And we left before he got back.
Yeah. Do you remember the investigation that Steve set up where someone in Moundsville, he had that house in Moundsville where we
the roach?
Well, not that one. This is the family where I think the son was pranking his parents.
He was on Jason Street.
Yeah.
Jason Street.
Yeah. And we went into, and we were talking about filming an investigation there, but that was back when we did residentials, which we don't do anymore for these exact reasons, right? We went in to do a preliminary, just a scouting mission to go in and see, how reliable are the stories they're going to tell. Is there something we need to be concerned about mental health wise before we film something and put it out there? And so we go in, and the family's telling us all sorts of stories. And I remember they had videos, right? Do you remember the videos, Jason?
Vaguely.
So there was it was the son who took the videos, but it was the parents, which the son was like in his mid-20s, early 30s maybe. So it was like an adult son living with his parents. And he had taken these videos and sent them to them. And one of the videos was, you see an ashtray on the table, and they said, this ashtray moves off the table, watch. And we said, okay, we're watching, and all of a sudden there's a cut in the video. You don't see the ashtray fly off. The video freezes for a half a second, you hear a crash, and then when the video unfreezes, the ashtray's gone.
Oh my gosh.
That's not really proof, because the video glitched, and I don't even know why the video would do that. And so they're like, no. Here's another one. And he's sitting at the dining room table, and there's a hallway right in front of the table, right in front of the camera. And you just out of nowhere see a kitchen knife fly down the hallway from behind the camera,
Oh my gosh.
And we're like, this isn't proof of activity. He very well could have been behind the camera and threw it. So then it got into we started talking to the father, and he was very concerned because he had said that the thing that he was concerned about most with the paranormal activity is the ghost in the house was stealing all of his weed and was stealing all of his guns. He had weed and guns from his closet that just went missing, and that the ghosts were stealing them.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Yay!
And immediately we're like, we got to get out of here. This is not at all a haunting. I think maybe that not this was just a theory again. So I'm not saying this is proven fact, but to us it seemed as though the adult son was stealing things from his parents and then blaming it on a ghost. Maybe pawning the guns, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And stealing the weed or whatever it was. But we were like, this is not a haunting. We need to get out of here fast. And we left and never looked back.
Yeah, that's insane. It's like, what is a ghost gonna do with your stash?
Right. And can you imagine the amount of layers of a lie that you have to go down before you have people show up to your house getting ready to film a paranormal video for YouTube? Like, the amount of lies that need to take place to go from like, hey, my guns and weed are going missing. Oh, it's a ghost. Oh,
yeah.
Have you experienced anything else? Oh, I have. Let me show you this video of a knife flying down the hallway. Oh, this is pretty crazy. We better get some ghost hunters in here. You know,
yeah, that's a long con.
Yeah, the levels that had to go through.
Yeah.
So it was just absolutely crazy, and that's one that like you won't find a video on that one because we never investigated it. We never, for obvious reasons, we never investigated.
I would have loved to have seen those the clips of the evidence, though. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see that.
It was bad.
It was so very bad. It was taken on like a
potato.
Yeah, like a 2 megapixel phone camera, so you couldn't see much of it anyway. And then it was just crazy.
Lord.
Oh, sorry, Miranda.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Idealon, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I can't tell whether that's an I or a lowercase L. Idealon? Ideleon? Thank you so much.
Ideleon.
Yeah. Ideleon.
Well, do you have any stories to tell, Viva, of anything that is like that people...
Oh.
'Cause I feel
like people want to hear you speak.
I feel like we've been talking and telling these stories and you haven't gotten a chance to air out your own stories.
Yeah, Viva.
You know, honestly, I was so engrossed in your guys' story that I couldn't think of like one in regards to having to deal with like people before or during an investigation. I was mostly just thinking about like a paranormal thing that happened to me recently. It wasn't creepy because, you know, I don't get scared very easily.
Excuse me.
Because I'm a thug. My mom ain't raised no bitch. Yep. And look, Jan said, "Oh, Cheryl's been real quiet, Viva." She just said something just now. You summoned her, and then she started talking. But anyways,
we need Cheryl to have her own YouTube channel.
Don't.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's right.
Oh God! Sorry, Viva. I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, you're fine. It's okay. No, so I just recently, just a couple weeks ago, something like that, went to the Gill House, which you guys have been there previously. And at the Gill House, they had talked about there being multiple spirits and stuff associated with the house. Technically, from what I was told, only one death, which I was like, okay. But there's also the spirit of a Native American man that is in the basement. So I was kind of intrigued more so in regards to the Native American spirit, because just like I kind of said earlier, a lot of people go to these locations to get scared and have stuff happen with equipment, and they forget to kind of make a connection with the spirit. I think I sent you guys the video like the day after I got back from the Gill House. But it was basically me talking to this Native American man. Apparently his name was Solomon Johnny Cake, if I'm not mistaken, and he was a part of the Wyandotte tribe. And so instead of treating him like thank you, Shelly. You so
Thank
awesome.
you, Shelly.
Instead of treating him like a ghost, I wanted to actually talk to him about his tribe and his people and stuff. And with that, the REM pod, it felt like it went from being completely dead silent, like very creepy basement and everything. You kind of get that weird feeling, but it was pretty silent, to me talking about his tribe, talking about the great things that they've done. And the REM pod just boop, 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 just started going nuts. And then I was like, do you want me to play some music for you? If you'd like me to play some like tribal music, Native American like drumming and flute music and chanting and stuff, then just make the REM pod go off and I'd be more than happy to play some music. And it boop, 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 started going off. And I was like, okay, great. So I went on YouTube and I found some music to play. And it almost seemed like he was like dancing, because it went from like one light to another light and then stop, and then one light to another light. And there was no outside source that could have made that happen. I was like 5-6 feet away from the table. There was no wires, there was no anything around. It was on a like makeshift table that they made down there, where it was like two like wooden legs, and there's like plywood just sitting on top, and there's like some tools and stuff, but there was nothing electrical around it. There was nobody next to it that would have made that happen. And then I stopped, like the music stopped and everything, and it stopped. And I asked, do you want me to play some more music for you? And it started going off again. So it seemed like it was pretty intelligent in regards to the REM pod activity. And it was really interesting to be able to kind of, in a way, converse with him and express to him that he's not just a ghost. You know, you're not just who you are now. Like, you are still a part of this tribe. You're still a part of your people, you know. And apparently the Wyandotte tribe that was in that area, Gallion, Ohio, there was some sort of treaty that was like put into law, and there were about 30,000 Native Americans in that whole region, and they had to vacate. So he had left to take his wife and his child. This is what they told us. Take his wife and his child to a doctor, because they were really, really sick, and they ended up actually passing away from that illness. And then when he got back to town, his tribe was gone, and he was just the only one left. So I explained to him, I was like, you know, I don't know if anybody's ever gotten a chance to tell you this, but your tribe didn't just abandon you. I want you to understand and know that you were not abandoned by your people. Your people did not just leave you here just because they didn't want to have to be like deal with you or anything like that. They were forced out of the area. So that is the only reason why you weren't able to be with your tribe. And he did apparently befriend the Gill family, which is why he kind of still there. But because he was such good friends with the family, he was always there at the house. A lot of people said that was like he frequented the house very often, so much so that I think his name is James Gill is the guy that built the house, if I'm not mistaken. He ended up like giving him like little jobs, like little odds and ends sort of jobs here and there, for many, many years, until eventually he was just like, I miss my family. You know, I miss being a part of a unit that understands me and expresses the same way that I express and stuff. Because if you know anything about like 1900s, or excuse me, early 1900s, late 1800s, or just anybody brown in general, for lack of better words, but especially with the Native American tribes, they would try to whitewash them, to say the least. It happened a lot in Canada, which the Wyandotte tribe actually migrated from the Quebec area and went down into Ohio, and there's a whole big thing about Native Americans and Canada and stuff like that. But yeah, he wanted to be a part of his tribe again, so he ended up going out west. Apparently the Wyandotte tribe settled in like Oklahoma, somewhere around there, and he tried to find them and he couldn't. And then he just never came back, and obviously he died somewhere over there. But they said that he has come back, and I think the responses that I got from him with playing music and with all the conversation I was having with him about his tribe, that he is still there, but he's just misunderstood. People just kind of see him as this like spooky force in the the spooky force in the basement of the Gill house, when like I said, a lot of people forget that they're more than just their spirit. They were people too, you know? So it was really nice to be able to make that sort of connection with him. Mind you, the rest of the house was very, very quiet, but he really was just active quite a bit with me. And you guys let me use the Tiny Tim music box.
Yeah, the Tiny Tim music box. Yep.
Yeah, and we had it like facing down this little hallway in the basement, and it went off. I got it on video. I'll have to like post that on my YouTube. I try to use it. Sorry, I just mostly post shorts. Oh shit! I just see the comment at the bottom. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all didn't have to do that, but yeah, it started going off. Just facing down the hall, just doing nothing. Nobody was around it. There was nothing that could have made it go off. So it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a really cool experience. It's really sad that his life was so, I guess, uprooted and disjointed because of, you know, him trying to...
Thank you. Bloomer Gill. Yep.
Bloomer Gill. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a sad story, but, I mean, it's really cool that you had that interaction down there and you know, had that connection. And so... hopefully he got something positive out of that, just like you did, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to remember that for a really, really long time, as long as my brain will allow it, honestly, because I thought that was really cool. And I like making those little connections with spirits in that way. Like I said, a lot of people forget it's not all about the scare. It's about learning and understanding and making a connection.
Yeah, because you just told his, I mean, there's what, 564 people watching right now, and you just told his story to 564 people that may not have known. You know?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
And that's the good, that's what the paranormal is good for, you know? It's not all about the scares, you know? It's about telling people's story, people that lived before us, and, you know, maybe people that would otherwise have been forgotten had their name not come up in the history of whatever location that we're investigating, or you're investigating, or anyone is investigating, so...
Yep. Very true.
So, but
thank you guys. I see so many people are saying subscribe. Thank you.
Go subscribe to Viva, guys.
Go subscribe to her. But
you don't have to, but it's appreciated.
Before we wrap up this stream, because we're coming up on 10 o'clock here, I wanted to tell that story that we never got to tell, the story that still lives in infamy as Jason's probably biggest squirm moment, which is the Lorain, Ohio debacle with the accommodation, because that was a sketchy situation, entirely our fault, by the way, but it was sketchy nonetheless. Thank you so much, Scotty.
Yay!
Thank you, Scotty.
Thank you so much for getting a hoodie.
Happy birthday to your wife.
Birthday!
Happy birthday,
Mommy, say happy birthday. Oh, hold on. Mommy, say
happy birthday, Scotty.
My mama said happy birthday too.
Happy birthday to your... I'm so sorry. I have a headache, so I'm having trouble reading right now. So my apologies for not getting that message.
Can we do a 4-part happy birthday singing for like 10 seconds?
I mean,
okay.
As long as everyone is okay with it in the chat, it might be detrimental to their ears, but...
Listen, we're going to start a band. We'll be good. Come on now.
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday. Oh my God.
What was that?
What was that?
Nobody started. Jason was like, I'm just sitting here. I know. Well, Viva started, but then Dave looked like he was going to start. He's like, he did that thing where he like... Maybe it was your microphone, but it was like Dave did that thing where like people, when you bait someone into doing something, like, let's do it, you first, or we'll do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
And then okay, let's try this again. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. I think there's a delay between our
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Steve's wife.
Sorry,
Yvette. Happy birthday to you. So I'm so
I
sorry.
hear Miranda laughing in the background.
Yeah, she is losing it. I think there's a delay in our feed, so we're trying to sing in unison with one another, but there's a delay in our feed. So like you're hearing me in a delay, and I'm hearing you in a delay. So neither of us could get synced up. None of us could get synced up there.
Yep, my mama sang happy birthday in the background too. Happy birthday, baby.
Yay! So, but let's get into this story here before it gets too late.
Sorry.
And if it gets too late here, we'll get to witness Dave turn into a pumpkin.
That's right.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And he'll then just turn to the camera and say,
Look at all those chickens.
Look at all
those chickens.
I had to use that one. I had that one. I've been waiting for the moment to use it, but I couldn't find a moment to use it, so throw it in there.
That was a good one. One.
But we were doing an investigation in Lorain, Ohio, of one of the coolest places we've ever been, right? I mean, and Dave and Jason can attest to that. It was the St. Joseph Hospital, which is no longer there. It's since been demolished, unfortunately. I think there's condominiums in its place. Is that, if I'm not mistaken, is that true, Jason?
All St. Joseph's Hospital, yeah. Apartments or condominiums.
Haunted apartments? That's wild.
I know. But that place was super haunted. That place was creepy. I mean, and it was over 200,000 square feet, 2 separate buildings. One building had, I think, 3 or 4 floors. The other one had 5 floors. So it was like, we didn't even scratch the surface of that place. So that was the investigation that we were leading up to. And it's a great episode, too, if anyone wants to go and find that. It was from back in 2018.
Ooh.
So it's quite a number of years ago.
Oh my God.
What?
It's so long ago.
I know. It's hard to believe 2018 was 8 years ago.
Depressing.
It is.
So we got this really cool lakeside accommodation through Airbnb, and it was a house so that we could all stay in the same house because it was Steve, Jason, Dave, myself, Polly, and Renee all went there. So we all wanted to stay in the same spot, right? So we just got a house, an Airbnb, right on Lake Erie. And I mean, it was cool because the backyard went right up to the water. And there was just rocks and then lake. Beautiful place to stay. We didn't get to see very much of it because we were in a pitch black, dark, abandoned hospital the whole night. But we got to enjoy it before we went to the investigation. So we're trying to find the this accommodation. We're looking, and Dave just disappeared.
Ah!
So it's after 10 o'clock. He probably turned into a pumpkin.
That's true. Oh, no.
So we get done, or we're trying to find this accommodation, and it's a street that has a ton of houses, and they all look the same. And from this story, you all can probably realize where this is going. So we find the house, and we're like, this is it. This is for sure it. There weren't any house numbers on any of these either, which made it even more difficult. I think the house numbers were on the mailbox, which was our grave mistake. But we pull into the driveway, and 2 of us, and I think it was it Jason? Was it you and Dave that had to go pee?
I know I had to violently.
Yes. You say violently?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like a Kentucky racehorse.
Yeah, so
oh my gosh.
It was to the point to where they couldn't, we're like, we can't, we need to figure out how to unlock the doors and get into the house, but we can't really do that. But the lake is right back there. So Jason and Dave, was it you, Dave, or was it Steve that had to go?
Me.
You. So Jason and Dave went into the backyard over to the lake, and they were just going to try and hide in the rocks and pee in the lake from the backyard because we didn't really know how to get into the house. At that moment, Steve and I walk up, and we're looking to see, is there any box with a key? Because, they'll have those lock boxes around places, and we couldn't find a lock box that would have a key in it. And we're like, well, maybe they just left the door unlocked, because some Airbnbs will do that, where you can just go in and the key is already waiting for you and the house is unlocked. And Dave almost lost his microphone there.
Sorry.
So Steve and I say, let's just see if the door's unlocked. So we go up to the side door, turn the knob, push it in. Sure enough, the door's unlocked. We're like, okay, this must be one of those situations. And we walk in and we're looking around. We're like, wow, this house is really nice, but it seems very lived in. I mean, there was like baskets of laundry laying around and like family photos on the wall. And I remember there was a sock on the floor. And we're just looking around like, this house is really nice. This is going to be a very nice stay. And then it became very apparent very quickly that this was not the house that we were supposed to be in, and that we just walked into someone else's house.
Oh my gosh.
I think that was after Jason and you and Dave had come back and came inside, didn't you?
As soon as y'all started realizing. It's like, wait a minute, why is there socks on the floor? Who's that portrait of?
Oh my gosh.
And so we hightailed it out of there so fast. And I didn't see any cameras in the house, but to this day, I bet those people probably don't know that 4 strange men pissed in their backyard and wandered into their house.
Oh my gosh. Oh
and it
my
turns out the house we were
gosh.
supposed to be staying in was it like 2 or 3 houses down or something?
Yeah.
And I think Polly and Renee were Polly and Renee made it to the right house. And they were at the correct house, and they were just losing it laughing.
But they were identical looking houses.
Yeah, identical. I mean, it was a whole street full of almost identical houses. And we just wandered into someone's home, and I bet you to this day those people have no idea that they had 2 full-grown men peeing in their backyard and then 4 full-grown men just wandering around their house looking at the inside of their house going,
Y'all are
this
so
is
lucky
really nice.
Y'all lucky they didn't call the police or something if they were there or something. You know what I mean? Or like the neighbors, like nosy neighbors.
That's what I said, because I was like, who knows if they have a silent alarm? And I told the guy, I was like, guys, let's get in the damn car right now. Half of Lorraine PD is going to be here in 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
We should have left them some money or something. Been like, I'm so sorry that we broke into your house by accident.
Or a note that says lock your doors.
Yeah, or
that's insane that they didn't even lock that. Okay, that's crazy.
Maybe they were in there taking a shower or something. That would be so weird.
Could you imagine coming out of the shower and there's just 4 full-grown men in your house just like, what are you doing here? This is our accommodation.
They probably thought it was like a moment. If that would have happened, if they were actually home when you guys walked in, they probably would have thought it was like an episode of or a movie, The Strangers. You know how you have the people that stalk you and you're staying in this house that's not yours, and they're like knocking on the door like, is somebody there? Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, they probably thought they were about to get massacred.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Honestly.
And then after the moment of realization, it was a moment of sheer panic on how can we get out of here fast. We need to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Somebody said, Victoria said, and Methany pops out.
God, yeah, that would have been a throwback. Or a throw forward, because that was afterwards.
What are you conjuring up here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, so, but we have stories for days going on and on about the different traveling and things that we've done, and we haven't even gotten into the pump house at Waverly Hills when we were there in 2020. Was it 2020?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was during the pandemic too. There's just so many stories that we have from our traveling on the road. 16 years worth of stories of traveling and investigating places. So if you guys want to see more of this, you want us to do more of these live streams, just leave us a comment down below and we'll come on and talk more and tell more stories, because we have them in spades. So
yeah,
but,
if you guys liked this, leave a 1 in the chat right now so we know. And maybe we'll do more of these.
Yep, and we'll rack our brains and think up more stories that we can tell.
We've got tons of stories, I promise you.
Oh yeah,
tons and tons.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Also, we also want to thank you guys for being understanding with us not having an episode for this week, and for understanding that sometimes our brains need a break, and for being understanding with our physical and mental health and all that stuff. We appreciate you, because we literally could not do this YouTube channel without you guys. It is because of you and your support, just watching the videos, hitting the like button, leaving us a comment, and now apparently hyping the video. It's because of that we get to do this and to have all these stories to tell you guys. So it's only fair that we get to share them somehow. So, but yes, please be ready, because next week we have another brand new episode coming at you. And actually, Dave and I are on the road again tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, because we're headed to a location to film an episode tomorrow. So be ready for that. But until next time, guys. And also, thank you also to AC Ghost Hunters for coming on and doing that Estes session early on.
Yes, that was awesome.
Thank you to Jason for coming on and spending some time with us on this live stream.
Hell yeah, anytime.
And thank you to Miranda, who is still lurking in the background, having comments pop up.
My mother wants to wave also. She was a part of this partially.
And thank you to Cheryl for all the funny moments throughout of your wonderful input being yelled from the background.
You're welcome. From the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we still have a PO box, Dave?
Yep. I just pinned it.
You did? Okay.
Yep.
I saw
Dave
the
just
comment
pinned
was
it.
still up there, so.
We do have a P.O. box still, and so if there's anything that anyone would want to send, or any mail that you would, if you want to send us a letter, you can send it to that P.O. box, and we will receive your letter. Maybe we'll do a mail time on one of these live streams.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
That would be cool.
So we could do a mail time and read some letters. Actually, before we go, I had planned one more thing. I don't know if this is something that we can do here, but let me just really no, let's save that. We'll save it. I had a TikTok that was paranormal related, like an actual evidence TikTok, but I was gonna put it on and see if we thought it was real or fake, but we've been on here long enough. We'll save that for next time.
Sounds good.
I was gonna say, now we have something for next time that you guys can look forward to. We can do some evidence-based videos and whatnot and get spooky up in here.
We can.
Oh, yeah.
So until next time, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode. On the next adventure.
Oh god.
At the next location.
Yep.
On our
Paranormal Quest.
Paranormal Quest. Should I do it?
Just do it for the people the one time. Do it for the people.
Hold your ears, everybody.
We're leaving!
His mic is cutting out. Yay, even though the mic protected your ears by cutting out.
Oh my god.
But that's okay.
You were like, we're leaving.
Oh my god, of course.
Oh, that was lovely.
Message, Jason.
I'm sorry.
Hit him with a goodbye message.
Hey, folks, keep on rocking and rolling, and just like Ryan said, on to the next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, ultimately, keep rocking and rolling.
That's right. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Yeah.